everyone, my name is Franz, also known as Squirtle Militia, and you are watching AO Mecha Live.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to AO Mecha Live. My name is Ariel, and today is Spotlight Day. So sorry about the little bit of technical mishap there. My fingers kept slipping. So I just had my first shot of vaccine, which is awesome. And so my left arm, when I was pressing stuff, it was kind of like all over the place. So I'm gonna blame it on that. But welcome, guys, to another fun-filled episode tonight. We are joined by an amazing builder, talented builder out there on the West Coast. Franz Anunciacion will be joining us momentarily, as you saw in the opening video. Awesome stuff that he has there. Please check out his Instagram as well. Big shout out to everybody both on YouTube and on Twitch. On Twitch, I see Hero, I see Riot, I see Rani, and Wildsteak here. Gem over there at YouTube. I see Gunparazzi is here. Ryan Lau, shout out to you guys. Merc Tom, DT Warrior. We got the Gundam Kit review in the house. Chief Gunpla also is here. Guys, awesome stuff. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And Neon Wave here. Brent Voigt is here. Let's see here. Casey is here as well. Big shout out to you guys. So, big quick recap of what we did this week. Let's see. We did only like one show, which was the completion of the Zeong RG. That one was fun, but at the same time I was like, oh man, I was so winded, so I took Wednesday off from it, so today's our first show back. And yeah, more stuff to come this week. It is a long weekend here in Canada, so happy Victoria Day to everybody in Canada. For those of you guys who are going to the cottage, do it up and try to get some of that good weather. I hope it's good weather. It's starting to cloud up here in Toronto. Anyways, enough about me. I want to start getting into the show. We're going to talk with Franz all the way from the West Coast, as I mentioned. And again, congratulations to him. He won the clean side, first place for the clean versus weathered. So that was cool. Let's go see what Franz is saying right now. Hey, Franz.
How's it going, man?
Welcome. Dude, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for doing this. Oh man, we have a story about that. That's gonna be fun to talk about. But we're broadcasting both on YouTube and on Twitch. We got guys saying, oh, we have Luis here and Gunpla, Simon Lamb is also here. So we have a full deck of awesome people joining us tonight, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Why don't you just say hi to them?
What's up, guys? Thank you guys so much for coming. I know I hit a few of you guys. So it really means a lot that you guys are here.
Oh, it means a lot to me too, because so let's talk about you real quick. Quick introduction for those of you guys who might not know you as well. Do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, so my name's Franz, also known as Squirtle Militia. I'm from Los Angeles, California, born and bred here. My day job is I'm an environmental consultant. I work for an engineering firm over in Orange County. And then when I'm at home, I build Gunpla, and I have a million other hobbies, which we'll be talking about in a few.
Awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for that. So I've been trying to get Squirtle Militia in the show for almost, I want to say almost a month now, because like I think I initially talked with you, I messaged you because like I saw your work, amazing stuff, but like I love the details that you put into your work, and I have so many questions for you on that one. I think a lot of people too as well on that. But funny story about that, this is my fault. I double booked you with Joey. So Gunpla Joey messaged me, he's like, oh, I can't make it for that one. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, we'll just put it here. Totally flew. But and I messaged you about it, and I'm so glad we're still doing this, by the way, because like so much has happened between your time availability and what we have now. So first off, congratulations on your win for the clean versus weather. That one is hosted by USA Gundam Store and Zach Aurelius. This happened like a week ago, I think, that it was completed.
Yeah, the announcement was like a weekday last week. So
right, yeah. So you placed first on that one. Awesome stuff. And later on, I believe you secured your a new sponsorship or partnership with New Type HQ, right?
Yep, that's right.
Awesome stuff. Wow, Rising Star, awesome work. What else have you not done yet, man?
I don't know, man. But right now I'm just chilling, and it's just been like competition season, so this is kind of just like the calm and just building for fun until more competitions come later this year. Yeah.
Before the storm. We were just talking about. Yeah. We were just talking about. I think those Gundam guys have a event lined up in November, I believe, for the local competition. Yeah,
SCGMC, they announced it either yesterday or today, but it's a pretty big deal because they called it off because of COVID. But here in California, things are gradually opening up more. So November seems pretty realistic, I would say.
Nice, and I'm gonna try to get out there as well because like I need to get out of my place. If flying and everything is available on that, because like my second shot, as I mentioned, guys, I got my shot, so my left arm is kind of like low right now. If I get the second shot in September 11 and flying is on the deck, I would love to go out there and hang out with you and the rest of the guys there, man. It's gonna be
West Coast, West Coast.
Awesome. The last time I was there was 2018 for BlizzCon. I was at Anaheim. Yeah, I was at Anaheim for that, and yeah, it was. I love LA. Like number one, the feel of it. The trees is my favorite part because like we don't have palm trees here. So when I saw the palm trees there, I ran and hugged as much as I can because like it was so cool. Seeing mountains was cool, and yeah. So whereabouts in LA are you situated though?
I'm specifically from Torrance, the city of Torrance. So in California, it's like located in the South Bay, so Southern California basically. Nice. So I'm like about 10-15 minutes from the beach. It's about 70 degrees year round, I would say.
Oh my God. So from the photos you sent, oh man, I can't wait to talk about this because like you have some really interesting hobbies and they're all like almost outdoorsy. Like you're a big outdoors kind of guy?
Yeah, I'm a huge outdoorsy guy. I've been doing it like my whole life. So when COVID hit, I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do now? Yeah, but
awesome. But like, yeah, I mean, you may do, and even before that, I think from the photos you sent, we're gonna get to it in a second. It's like you've done a lot of like camping, you've done some rock climbing, you've done some snowboarding. Is there anything else you have not done? Skydiving, is that on the list yet?
Actually, I've never gone skydiving before. And I'm actually really scared of heights.
What?
Yeah, but I feel like when I'm like moving quick, if I'm moving quick and there's like thrill, then I forget about like height. But if I'm just like staring down, I'm terrified.
Oh wow. We're gonna get to the photos real quick, but we have a lot of people here tonight, both on YouTube and Twitch. I'll just say hi to everybody on Twitch real quick. From Twitch, we got people coming in. Let's see here. Chris from Puerto Rico is in the house. Mecha Skyfish here is saying, what's up? Had to come see this one. By the way, made love for your username Squirtle Squad Love. So he's a big Squirtle fan. So yeah, I was gonna get to that. Like your name, Squirtle Militia. Obviously a big reference to Pokemon. How big of a Pokemon player or fan are you?
I love Pokemon growing up. I don't play it that much. But Squirtle was always like my number one pick among Charmander and Bulbasaur.
Nice.
So whoever chose Squirtle, we definitely vibe together. Yeah.
There we go. And lol, your second shot is on 911. Okay, that is for my second shot. Oh, that's still in September. All the way in. Oh my God, YouTube is just blowing up. So many people are here. I'm just gonna try naming and try to get as much comments as I can. Also, guys, if you have a question for us during the show, type in big words question or something in front, and I will try to get that answered live as well. So big shout out to Neon Wave joining us here. Let's see, Ryan Lau, yay, Franz, my newest Gunpla friend. So Ryan Lau is here all the way from Edmonton, also former GBWC champion. We also have Simon Lam, GBWC champion. Man, you have a whole bunch of like champs here. Welcome to the winner's circle, by the way. Demi Nguyen, hey, what's up, Franz?
What's up,
Cam
dude?
Hewen, saying some emojis here. Alex DeFabio, woo. Let's see here. I'm just trying to read as much as I can. Starting to cloud up in Montreal too. That's from Neon Wave. Yeah, I was just telling about like the weather here. Not Dumpla. Oh, it's totally not Dumpla here. Hello, got a 9-minute ad about Post Malone, so I had to watch it. Oh my God.
Dumpla. Okay.
Okay. And it's Post Malone. Casey Slice of Life team, Team Squirtle. Hi, friends. A lot of people. Plamo Therapist Taz is here. What up, Ariel? Hey, what up, Taz? All the way from Hawaii? Look at that. Yeah, who is this guy, Dumple? Gunplorazzi is here. Chris, all the way from ATL. Ken Lee. Tram Nguyen, Rising Star. Star Power, all the way here. Let's hear it. Tell him about the guy you saved. Oh, you're gonna have to tell me about a guy you saved. What's that about, Franz?
We could probably talk about that during the camping hiking section, but it's an absolute insane story. Yeah, anyways.
Awesome. Why don't we go check out some photos?
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so one of the categories you mentioned here was bouldering, and it's rock climbing, obviously. But like, obviously, I am not as versed at this as you. Well, a couple of questions for you. What is bouldering? How did you get into it? You know, what are some of the first things you did with this activity?
I started bouldering, I think like 6 months before pandemic started. But basically, it's a form of rock climbing with explosive moves. You're not harnessed or anything. There's no rope. So you're essentially free soloing, but you're not climbing like crazy tall walls. Everything is like pretty small. But in this photo, it's in Zion. That one's actually a pretty big rock. It's actually pretty scary.
This guy right here, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be a boulder route that we would do. Yeah.
So we were talking about earlier on. So this is not in LA. You guys drove up a little bit for this guy here, right?
That's in Utah. So it's about, I don't know, 8 hours more or less from LA.
Holy cow, that's a day trip and a half.
Yeah.
But what is that for, like a weekend or something to get up here?
Yeah, it was a weekend. I went with a couple friends and we wanted to like, I don't know, just like get out of LA. It gets pretty redundant here.
Gerald Fayado is saying that's me in the photo.
Yeah, that's my cousin. Yeah, in the photo. He's here. Thanks for coming, dude.
Awesome. Next one here, just a quick thing about like, dude, so this bouldering activity, like it's all freehand. There's no harness. How do you? And you told me you're afraid of heights. Now, how does that work? Like, what's going on through your head when you're climbing through these things?
So with bouldering, there's like so much thrill, and you're basically like doing this like dance on the wall. That's what I would call it. Is that you're just doing these like sequence of moves, and you're just so focused on making sure you execute each move that you kind of forget that if you fell, like, I mean, even if you fell, it wouldn't be that bad, but that's basically what it is that you're just so focused on performing, executing these moves so that you can successfully get to the top.
Nice.
So rewarding. Yeah.
And it's so, like, for me, I'm like, obviously, like, this takes you a while. Like, how long have you been doing this? Like, when did you start, and what were, like, you know, obviously some of like the hurdles you had to go through to get to the level of comfortability of like climbing, like, you know, taller structures and you know, bigger, I guess, things to climb, or like taller things to climb? So
I've actually been climbing like when I was young. I was in like the Boy Scout program. But yeah, so I started climbing 6 months before a pandemic. But before you go out and do these types of climbs, you spend pretty much like, I would say 70% of your time inside indoor gyms training.
Right.
So yeah, you can't just like go outside and just like, all right, I'm gonna crush this rock. Like, no, you're gonna be crushed by the rock. So
awesome. We also have some video clips that you sent of you doing some live ones. So guys, we're in a treat for today. We're gonna watch some videos. It's like one of those, like the teachers roll in that TV and you know it's gonna be fun. So this is gonna be one of those moments, guys. Let's go take a look at some of the videos of Franz doing some crazy maneuvers here. I'm gonna cut off the music real quick and let's play some of these videos. Whoa. And drop down.
This one's a pretty long one. You could probably...
No, we're gonna watch every one of them. We're gonna see all the Franz action in action right here, guys. Crazy move. Look at him, crikey, like look at the limb on this one, the focus, the dedication. My God, man.
Look But you see what I'm saying though? Is like I'm doing these moves that are very explosive, and you're just
Right.
like, don't let go. You know what I mean? Like,
And you're
Like
also
my-
like going to be not upside down, but like
yeah, you're
almost
kind of upside down. Yeah,
parallel to the floor here.
exactly. Yeah, so there's just like a sequence of crazy hard moves. And obviously these ones are like successful clips, but you fail like 10, 20 times. You have to come back the next day or the next week.
Do you try to do like different routes every time you try to climb something like this?
Nice.
Yeah, you do different routes, but some of them are super difficult, so they take a little bit of time to, get down. But
Okay, I think this is the last clip from it.
that was actually my last hardest climb I did, and then the world shut down.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I should have had like the Mission Impossible soundtrack playing in the background or something. Holy crap, dude, that is awesome. Lots of upper, like, is it more upper body you think, or is it like a full body kind of thing?
It's full body. Yeah, so you use your legs, use your core, and obviously your upper body. It seems like mostly upper body, but you ask any climber, you have to use your all muscles. So
Wow, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
thanks.
Crap, like so guys, get out there and do some exercise, you lazy people. Actually, that has influenced me. Like I've always been interested in obviously like rock climbing, or even like well, what's the difference between bouldering and rock climbing? Bouldering is like
Bouldering
is
is
a
a
form of-
subset of rock climbing. So there's
Right.
like sport climbing, lead climbing, free soloing. It's all rock climbing. Yeah.
nice. Now, aside from that trip from Utah, is that like the tallest like well, I guess outdoors structure that you've climbed?
Probably. Yeah. In bouldering, there's like a specific height where anything above that is not considered bouldering anymore.
Oh, okay. So do you
Yeah.
know the height limit or
I
tolerance for
actually
that one?
don't know. I actually don't know. I should have looked it up before this, but
Nah, all good. The next one, because you are also in outdoors, we were talking about that, an outdoors kind of guy. Camping was a big thing for you. The next one here are some photos of your camping adventures.
So this one's in Zion too. Same exact place where that giant boulder was. We're just like looking down the canyon. That's also my cousin in the photo. Same dude.
Holy crap, what a view. This is
Beautiful,
awesome.
right? Yeah.
Oh, we don't have that file. Here, wow, are those shooting stars or what?
Those are real stars. The lighting in the tent was just like an effect that we did. It's like slow exposure, and then there's like people in there like lighting it up to achieve this like effect.
Is photography also one of your hobbies?
No, it's not. I'm just in it. Yeah.
You're just in it. Who's been taking the photos? These are really, really awesome shots, by the way.
Thank you. I actually have, I used to be part of an outdoor project called 2 Half Hitches, and we had our own photographer, so he would be
nice.
doing all the stuff. But this one is at Havasupai. It's an Indian reservation, or I should say Native American reservation in Arizona. And it's probably on everyone's top 10 places to go, I guarantee you. So this is one of the falls. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Are people allowed to go into the falls, like into the water, or is there like
you
don't
can?
go in there?
It probably hurts.
Oh, really?
To be under that, because that's just so much water. But we went here in like November, and the water was freezing, so just like touching the water already hurts.
Here's a couple of more like looking beyond the yonder. What are we looking at in the yonder over there?
So that's Half Dome in Yosemite. So Yosemite is like one of the biggest national parks in the U.S. So like, do you guys like wear North Face and stuff?
Yeah, we have North Face
brand.
here.
Yeah, so North Face, that logo is Half Dome, and that's Half Dome. Yeah.
Awesome. You're
That's
looking
where
at the
the logo
brand.
comes from. Exactly. Yeah.
Wow, Yosemite looks great. I'm adding a whole bunch of trips now to my list because of you and these photos. Amazing shot. Here's another one. Where is this one? It has like some snow on it. So this is what, a little bit north or during the winter?
It's up north, also in California. It's actually called Convict Lake. It's up near Mammoth, Mammoth Lake. So that's where I go during the snowboarding season. And this lake is like a few miles away from the resort. So we like to come here after a day of riding and just relax and just take in this absolute crazy,
scenery,
breathtaking view. Yeah.
I'm just gonna zoom in real quick. I just want to see like the soak it in, guys, because it's getting hot. It's summertime, and then here is some snow and water and wilderness. These are some great shots. This one here, it looks like you guys are walking on an endless, like desert-like kind of mountainy thing. Where is this guy here?
Doesn't it look like we're on another planet?
yeah.
Kind of right.
Expedition.
Yeah. So this is at Mount Baldy. It's the tallest peak in the LA region.
Right. Okay.
It's like somewhere over like, I want to say it's like 10,000 plus 10,000 feet high. So we're at the peak of it, and we're just like making our way down right now. And my photographer took this cool shot.
And it's an awesome shot, very, very outworldy. Before we get to the next one, I know you mentioned snowboarding. There's a couple of like just comments here on the chat. Just want to say hi to everybody again. Let's go start with Twitch. Let's see here. Well, even when in Gunpla that happens, no one good build is brought out by failed whips. What are you guys talking about? Just jumped in and got, we talked about that. Yep. I want to get back into biking though. That's from Rani. I need to buy a bike. Do you bike as well, Franz?
I do. I'm not like super crazy about it, but I do have a road bike that I take to the beach, and I'll do like little bike rides down the little road. Yeah.
And is it mainly flat in like where you're at?
Yeah, it's flat. Yeah. So I don't really work out. I'm just cruising.
Nice. Here I do a sequence of moves every morning to successfully get out of bed. That's from not Dumpla. Oh my god. Cue the Spider-Man theme and climb those rocks. Absolutely. We should have gotten the Spider-Man theme. Some Assassin's Creed right there. We were just talking about Assassin's Creed before the show. So that one's from Taz. Assassin's Creed, you played the video game?
Yeah, I played the first 3 that came out. And yeah, I mean, a lot of the movements in the game are modeled after actual climbers. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty realistic.
Jesus Christ, save some for the rest of us. I think Miguel is complimenting you with your skills there. I've tried bouldering twice. This is from Ben Voigt in the gym, and both times my body ached for days. Now, have you fallen so hard that like, you think that you might have like broken something or anything like that?
No, so at the gym we have what we call crash pads. Same thing when you go outdoors, you bring a crash pad. So if you did fall, it's supposed to, it's not supposed to hurt. But sometimes you fall on your ankle, all weird, or you'll take a slam on the back and get the wind knocked out of you. But nothing like debilitating, crazy, in my experience.
From Merck, thank goodness Newsome is being recalled in CA. My local shop already had enough of the mandates. Oh, I didn't know you were in the West Coast there, Merck, but good to know. Thank you for that. There's a question from Dumpla. What is your favorite edition of ICC and why is it 2015? Do you know what that means?
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, sorry, Dumpla. I don't know what that means either.
Next.
Let's see here. Wow, nice tent. That's from Casey, Slice of Life. Desert, the best place to light fireworks. That's from Merck, absolutely. Let's see here. Backpacking trip. Yep. It's still cold up here. Think the icy winds. Okay. 3 was the best. Oh, Assassin's Creed 3 was Taz's favorite on that one. Kev Models is here joining us, and also Willard Tang is here. Show me what you bought. Is saying what's up, killing it.
What's up,
with
boss?
A high five. Willard all the way out in the West Coast. Okay, let's go to the next shot. We were talking about snowboarding, and this one right here, you've done a lot of snowboarding as well, right?
Yeah, I've been snowboarding for about 4 years. It's like one of my more recent hobbies, but yeah.
What got you into snowboarding?
I grew up in skateboarding culture. So I think naturally I was like gravitating towards snowboarding, but as you probably know, it's like a super expensive sport. So I wasn't able to do it growing up, but now that I'm a working adult, I got into it and I'm so addicted. It's probably my #1 hobby outside of gunplay.
Man.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Like I love the air on this one too. Like, jeez. So again, like for someone that says they're afraid of heights, you do a lot of like height defying kind of things here. Let's see here. There's a question about what's the craziest move he has pulled in bouldering. That's a question from Riot all the way in Twitch.
Craziest move? I don't really know, but I guess in terms of difficulty, I'm really bad at crimping. So crimping is basically like you're holding this credit card of a hold, and you have to have like superhuman finger strength.
Oh my god, that sounds insane.
Yeah.
So snowboarding as well. A couple of questions in this, like, what were some of like the furthest places you went for snowboarding?
The furthest place would be Japan. In the end of 2017, my girlfriend and I took a Japan trip for 2 weeks. We stayed there for Christmas. We stayed there for New Year. So it was really weird being in a foreign country. But the last 4 days of our trip, we went up north to Hokkaido, which is where the resorts are. And we snowboarded for like 3 days. So that would be the farthest. In the US, the farthest would probably be Colorado.
Colorado. Yeah, I heard a lot of snowboarders tend to go there. You haven't gone to the Canadian side, have you?
No, I want to. I just need somewhere to stay.
There we go. Well, I don't have any hills here, but like, yeah, you're more than welcome to. But Vancouver, I know, has some really good ones. Jasper is also another one that people have been recommending too. So yeah, man, hope you could check that out. Seems like you're avid about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. We do have a couple of also treats on videos on this one. We're gonna go to that right now.
Enjoy, guys.
Dude, that is like some serious air you got going on there, man.
Yeah, it was like 15 or 20 stairs set or something. That's my friend.
Hold up. Sorry, I lost the next video on the line here. This guy right here. And this is like an awesome one that I saw because that's like a rail slide right there. Sick, sick, sick.
Thanks.
Awesome. See, guys, oh man, I for all future guests, man, you guys gonna have to top the videos on this one because these are like some sick moves that Franz is setting up a new bar in.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, go on. No, go on.
No, I was gonna say, like, I have way too many hobbies. I'm like a jack of all trades kind of guy, but like I suck at all of them.
Hey, it's better to have, like, it keeps you occupied. It keeps your palate of taste, like, not
for sure.
dry or anything like that. So but now speaking of hobby, perfect segue. We're gonna get to your early hobbies next. I don't know if they're in any particular sequence, so I think we're gonna start off with just some of your builds, and I think the farther part of that would be like your painting process and whatnot. So let's see. The first up here, couple of shots, obviously. So what are like the next ones? I'm not sure if they're in order, but let me know what the story is. Like, what got you into Gunpla? That's the first question I should be asking.
So on my 10th birthday, which was back in 2003, my best friend's parents got me my first kit. I've been watching like Wing Gundam, but I didn't even know that there were model kits. So the kit was the Master Grade God Gundam.
Okay.
And I don't really remember like building it, but I just remember like, wow, this thing's in Japanese, and it was actually kind of challenging. And I loved it so much that I ended up buying a second kit with my birthday money.
Right?
It was the Master Gundam. But as a little kid, like, these kits are like $50, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, this is 2003, so there goes all my money,
Yep.
So that's what kind of got me started in it, but it ended so quick because obviously I can't support that.
Yeah, it is not a cheap hobby, and again, don't spend it if you don't have resources. But like, so what are some of the stuff like that stood out from you that got you to come back?
I've watched a lot of the Gundam series, the anime series.
Okay,
probably the majority of them. Yeah. But going into high school, like I started building RG kits, so that kind of like got me going again. But it wasn't until my trip to Japan. So
nice.
I kind of like was building on and off, and there was a point in time during college, like the Gundam franchise and Gunpla just like disappeared from my life. Like I never saw it on media. None of my friends are into this hobby, so like it just wasn't there. And then it wasn't until I went to Japan that I saw the life-size Gundam, and then I was like, I'm gonna get back into this. So
nice. Yeah, that's cool. So like, again, I'm just cycling through some of your kits. Most of them look like they're the master grades.
Yeah. So this one is the Mark II. This is actually my first fully airbrush kit.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. So that was actually completed in quarantine. COVID already started. It was like March, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get back into Gunpla.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna finish this kit. And so that was my first fully airbrush kit.
Wow. So sorry, do you want me to go back to the Barbados and the Dynamis as well?
Yeah, so the Barbados was actually my first kit returning to the hobby back in 2019.
Nice.
I remember I bought it off of like Amazon from this like Japanese store, and it took like forever to get here. But I didn't know any better. Like I didn't know like
Local stores and all that. Yeah.
I didn't know anything, so I just bought it on Amazon and I painted it. It's spray painted, you can see. And there's like stickers on it too. You can see like the pink stickers, but.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with pink stickers. You know, a lot of people, everybody starts somewhere, and you know what? If people like stickers, go to town with them, because like they make it awesome, right?
To each their own, yeah. So this one's the Dynamis. This is the last kit that I spray painted with rattle cans.
Ooh, okay.
And you can see I like changed the color a little bit. It's like cargo green-ish, or I think Nido green, with some decals, the camo decals. Those are from New Type.
Wow.
But yeah,
Cool.
This is spray painted, and I'm pretty proud of it.
I still use rattle cans from time to time. I mix them up now, so basically if it's a larger field and I can get away with like gunmetal or whatever, I'll just hit it with the can. But like when it comes to the custom colors, I'll start using the airbrush for it. But again, guys, another can user here, similar to Nicolas Teado Sanchez, similar to a lot of folks starting off. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, and I mean, cans is a perfect place to start. Number one is, I mean, it's not cheap in the long run, but it's cheap enough to get you started into dabbling into colors, right?
Yeah, it's definitely not cheap, but it's definitely like a good warm up.
Right. Yeah.
Once you get into airbrushing, if you get into airbrushing, that just seems so daunting. So I think rattle cans is a good like intro, in my opinion.
Absolutely. The next one here is the Age 2 Magnum.
Yep, H2 Magnum. This is actually going to be like my first time doing an asymmetric design, and also doing custom colors. So this is when I started to like, all right, I don't want to paint this kit in Canon colors anymore. I'm going to do whatever I feel like doing it.
That's it.
Yeah, so I basically chose colors that work well with like the clear turquoise parts.
Yep.
So the red and white look good. And as you can see, I did like a lot of decaling on this. Which that's kind of like my style even right now. So
yeah, I know, we're gonna get to so much detail because like, dude, your current works right now, awesome. Love the details on that.
Thanks.
So question for you, when you guys are selecting color, I just want to touch base on that one. Like, how do you select your colors? Do you like look at different other kits, put a sample board together, or
so I actually have like hella spoons that I just like on my desk, and I just like look at them. But a lot of the inspiration for color schemes just comes from a lot of my other hobbies. So like shoes and clothes and things like that. And understanding like just like basic color theory, you know what I mean? So
did you go to school for any, or like did you take any like art during school?
No, I mean, I took art in like high school, but growing up, I was very artistic kind of person.
Nice, yeah.
Did a lot of illustrations, and art's always been in my life. So.
Oh, dude, how come you didn't throw any of your drawings here, man? I would love to see some of your dabbling in the dark arts, man.
Because they're god awful. I'd have to go like dig in like my storage to find them. But,
all right. Well, we're gonna probably have a part 2 for this one when you win your next big titles. All right. So open invite already. Let's go to the next one. This is the Strike. Ooh, nice color on this one.
So the AO Strike is probably one of my top favorite Gundams.
Yes.
It's such a cool design. It's so sleek. And I feel like it's a lot of people's favorites.
Yep.
But this one was half acrylic, half lacquer paint. And as you can see, it's kind of Canon and kind of custom. You can see like I changed the neck to like a orange yellow instead of like the frame color. And I thought it just looked way more aggressive if I changed the royal blue original color to like a midnight blue. So yeah, I think it goes pretty hard.
Awesome build. We're gonna get a little bit more of that. Just quick hello to everybody that's joining us. Let's see. I'm just gonna read a couple of questions here or a couple of comments. Did he drop by the unicorn and try to lick it? We're gonna ask that question on the next photo. Don't answer that yet because like I know I have a photo for that one. Let's see here. Blue Mountain is a good place to go Blue Mountain here in Ontario, we do have a ski hill as well. So that's, yeah, we do have a ski hill and snowboarding hill. Never mind. Yeah, come to Toronto, man. I'll show you around. We'll drive up there. Let's see, on YouTube, lots and lots of stuff here. I'm just gonna try to read. Where do we pick off? I think it is here. Neon Wave Japan is rather big on snowboarding. Hokkaido is the top place to go do snow activities. Plamo Therapist is saying, hey, we snowboard on Fuji in Kawaguchi Ko. Okay, so there's another invite for you for that. Alvin Cole is saying, France over everyone.
What? Alvin's here. Hello.
Neon Wave had some relatives from Maryland who came to Montreal for snowboarding further north. Quebec has some good places for skiing and snowboarding, so stop by Quebec in the future for the experience. So there's an invite for you also in Montreal. Thank you for that, Neon Wave. Achieve Gunpla France, a whole force. And has a personal photographer. I know, right? This guy's probably getting like his B-rolls right now from this. So what's gonna happen is gonna take this one as the main roll, and then the next camera is the B-roll, like what he did for the intro video. Awesome shot on that, by the way. Wow, early works from Casey. Funny, none of my friends were into Gunpla either, but I have made so many new friends since. Absolutely, right? Like the community right now is booming. Guys, everybody that's big. Like, it is amazing how many people are into it. Similar story to you. Like when I was here after Seed, I took a break too because I'm like, well, no one knows Gundam. For the longest time, I thought I was the only one that's into Gundam until I started looking into like Facebook groups and all that stuff. Saintism is here as well. Oh my god, all the way from Asia. What's up, fellas? Dropping by to say congrats to Squirtle for taking out CVW. Knew it was either going to be you or Ryan Lau. Oh, that's why Ryan Lau is here. Don't worry, Ryan. We're gonna talk about your build soon these days. Amazing build by Ryan. But obviously, Franz here took you out. Oh my god, that's a horrible.
Okay, so Ryan and I finally connected through that contest, so I'm super grateful. Yeah, he's such a cool guy. He's so nice.
Ryan is amazing. Very, very humble, fun person. His energy just vibrates. Love the guy. Oh, I like to tease Ryan from time. I'm part of a chat with him, and he's awesome. Wholesome is what I'm gonna call that guy.
Such a good dude. Yeah.
We're gonna read a couple of more here, and we're gonna get back to the photos. Please expand your Instagram and show more progress videos, and that's a request from Glamoride. Nice.
Videos?
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
Future,
yes. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this one's funny. You know how everybody has OnlyFans? I think for our hobby, we should have OnlyCans. OnlyCans. Oh my god. Adam, Neon Wave, I wanna develop that somehow. That has to be a thing. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate your support all the time. Let's see here. Plasmotherapist completely agree. Rattle cans are the way to go. Amuro Zeta plus colors. Let's see here. Gumpel Rase is like F them spoons. Oh my god. Number 316. Whoa, who takes those pictures? And Ryan Lau is saying France is cooler. I know, right? Now it's a whole kind of competition between the two. We should have that pay-per-view match and just have like the top builders kind of duke it out 1-on-1, 1v1 elimination. I think that's gonna be fun. We're gonna set that up, open invite, Mortal Kombat style. All right, let's continue on. So here's a photo of the rattle cans. Look at this, personal photographer doing his thing. Lights, shadows, freaking camera angles, optimal view. What can I say about this photo, man? Or what can you say about this photo, man?
So this was like in high school. I was probably a senior in high school, but like I said, this was my first time spray painting. And as you can see, there are so many things wrong with this photo. I'm spraying at the ground, so there's like dust and all this stuff probably getting on the face. The face mask is like obviously not a respirator, it's like a dust mask. But I didn't know any better. Like I was just like, I'm so stoked to paint. I just want to blast this thing with some color and like just have a good time. So
hey, for as long as you're having a good time, the product came out well, and the thing is like you're practicing. No one should be laughing at you or judging you for like doing this. It's kind of like judging people who are like, you know, trying to get fit in the gym by like people who are already like, you know, fit in the gym. That shouldn't be a thing, and that's should be a different thing. Dude, the fact that you're doing this and where you are right now just shows dedication, passion, and motivation, man. Awesome stuff here.
I was a little hesitant to like share this photo, but I figured like we all kind of do stupid stuff. Like we don't know, you know what I mean? And so I think that when you get into the hobby, just go for it. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna make stupid mistakes.
Plus, this is the most skin we have on the show so far. So I'm very, very stoked about this photo. Also, a comment here
Cali
from
weather.
Chris. Cali weather. Chris is saying that toe arc. Yeah, look at that. All pose and everything, man. Like a tiger. There's a question from Dumpla here. Do you always paint shirtless?
Sometimes. It's really hot. I run hot, so I get pretty sweaty easily. But this was probably taken in the summer, so it was probably like 85 degrees. And
oh my god.
gross.
I'm surprised the paint is even sticking with that much like high intense weather you got going there.
Like I said, I didn't know what I was doing.
A couple of comments here from Twitch. Rani is saying spraying on the runners, humble beginnings. Hashtag humble beginnings. It's done by stupid things we learned by the hobby. And totally, a lot of people are agreeing with that. Yeah. But eventually you got into airbrushing. So this is your first set of airbrush, the Iwata. Is that the Neo? Yeah, it is, right? The Neo.
That's
and then you have a
generic master compressor from Amazon. Yeah, I mean, airbrushing was like pretty daunting. I think it's daunting for a lot of people because it's like a new craft. It's like in and of itself, like a new skill. So
yes,
I was scared about it, and also it's like an investment. So you have to not just buy those things, but a million other things. So I wasn't like ready to bite the bullet.
Right.
But my girlfriend, she's so supportive. So she ended up buying me an airbrush for my 26th birthday 2 years ago. So thank you for getting me going on this new path, this career path.
Oh, dude, that is awesome. And also being supportive partner like that. Awesome stuff. Is there anything this guy can't do? Holy crap. Let's bring it back to us real quick. So guys, joining us tonight is Franz, aka Squirtle Militia here at AO Mecha Live. Big shout out to everybody that's joining us tonight. We're probably going to do a quick break. We're going to be back and talk more. The next segment, I believe now, will be our show and tell for your top favorite build. So I'm looking forward to that. We got lots of questions. Guys, if you guys have any questions, write it up on the chat. We'll try to get to them as much as we can. More from Franz here after this commercial break. We'll be right back. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the stream, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the show so far. I just want to let you guys know about an amazing online community that I'm part of, and it's called Side 6.
Wow.
Here, you will find like-minded modelers and hobbyists who enjoy the mecha and gunpla genre. We encourage posting of whips, projects, and tutorials to help each other move forward in our hobby and in our community. We are always open to new members of all skill levels, so come check us out at facebook.com/groups/side6. We also have an Instagram where we feature members' works, and you can find that at instagram.com/side6_mecha. For all new club information, resources, and news, you could check out our website at www.side6.club. All right, let's get back to the show and see what's going on there. Hey, welcome back, guys. My name is Ariel. You're watching AO Mecha Live. Tonight is a spotlight show, and we're joined by Franz, aka Squirtle Militia. We were just talking about his hobbies and all that stuff. I just want to take this time to say thank you guys for tuning in. And man, what a show we're having so far. We got some more stuff for you guys to show. Don't forget to hit that follow, like, and subscribe buttons to help the channel grow. Totally not obligatory, but I just want to remind you guys, it really is appreciated. So shout out to all you guys lurking as well in the background. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the show, and that goes as well to everybody joining us both on Twitch and on YouTube. Just gonna read off some of the names here. Riot is over here on Twitch. We have Randy, we have Hero, we had Skyers earlier on. I see him in the background. We have the Gunpla Stop. Hey, Gunpla Stop, welcome here. Adds dual Gundam to the cart, right? Over at YouTube, everybody on YouTube, you guys are amazing. Thank you for the comments so far. We're gonna try to read them as much as we can as well. Big shout out to everybody that's joining us. Reading just a couple of names here. We see Plamotherapist, we see Casey, Slice of Life, Aaron K. Lee, there's nothing he cannot do, hashtag go France. Like, that's awesome. Neon Wave here is saying only cans already a thing. Damn it. We were gonna try to use only cans. Skyers, ooh, painting on the runners, right? Exactly. We have Dumpla here. We have Ryan Lau, Gunpla Ratzi, Chris, Merc, Alvin Cole. Oh my god, lots of people joining us. We have Gerald here as well, and Ben Voigt, Willer Tang. Oh man, so many people. Guys, thank you for joining us. Anyways, let's go back and chat with Franz, and let's continue this journey. Hey Franz, welcome back.
Hey.
Awesome. So how are you feeling? We just crossed almost an hour now into the show. We're still good? You still
I'm good. Yeah. I mean, like, dude, I was like, okay, these spotlights are like 2 to 3 hours. I was like, dude, I don't know if I could talk for that long. But like you said 40 minutes has gone by. I was like, what?
Yeah. Once
That's
you're
wild,
engaged
yeah.
with me, I take away time altogether. I will suck time away from this, and it's just you and me. But we're obviously gonna make sure that we're also concise and not to tire everybody too much out. I think we're just reaching the halfway point of the show. So again, very excited to continue on with the journey. So what we did for the next couple of slides, I asked Franz to select this top couple of models, and we're gonna dive into that. So my questions will be obviously relating to what some of his models are. And let's start off with the new Gundam. Ooh. All right, what do we got here, man?
Yeah, so this was kind of a testament to everything that I've learned over the past 6 months getting back into the hobby. So this was like fully done in lacquer paint, fully airbrushed, and obviously the color scheme is based off of the high new Gundam. With some part separation, I did some like my own custom color for the blue. But this build, I think, so this photo gained a lot of traction on Instagram, and
yes,
I think that's when a lot of people started noticing my work.
It is awesome, by the way. Did you get your photographer friend to do this thing too, or?
No, actually, that's from me. Yeah, I started learning myself.
I was just teasing.
Yeah, but
awesome shot. Yep.
Yeah, so this one, I'm super proud of this one, and it really set the bar for how clean I wanted my work to be. So after finishing this build, I told myself everything that comes after this is going to be just as clean, if not cleaner than this. There you go, Squirtle.
I just spotted Squirtle. I love your clean builds on this one, especially the details. Let's talk about real quick about your focus on details. A lot of this is a drive to it looks like a lot of panel separation already from the original kit, but you added your own take on detailing. What are some of the things you focused on that say, hey, this is what I want to make this kit to be?
A lot of kits have like a lot of details on them already. So this kit, this build, I didn't do any scribing or anything like that, or any modifications really. And I only used the details that were on the kit, and I highlighted them by doing different tones and panel lining. So like
the master grade already has all these lines?
Yes.
What? I haven't built mine yet.
That's why I'm like surprised. Lines. Yeah, exactly. So you're just using like the maximum potential of a kit, but obviously the Verka, the new Verka is a
super detailed already.
Crazy good kit. Yeah.
Wow, I haven't built mine, and after looking at yours, I didn't know how detailed it was. Like you're pointing out, like I love the two-tone. Let's just focus on that real quick. These guys here, amazing execution, as well as the white and gray. Very derived, I'd say, from the RG style, because I think that's the first time you see them obviously using the multicolor. Before we get to that, quick shout out to Jimmy Leaf Tender. Just follow the channel, so thank you so much for that. We got a notification, that's why. Circling back on this, the red and the pistons, even the pistons here, what I liked about it is that you added decals to it.
Yeah,
that's crazy, man.
Yeah. It's such a simple way to add extra detail to something that otherwise most people would overlook.
Right.
So but like I said, it's all the little things that you do that in the end, the cohesiveness, it really makes a big deal. It makes a difference.
Absolutely. Wow, I love the placements of this one as well, and it's very, I wouldn't even say subtle. The thing is, you have a lot of things going on, but it jives, right? Pretty cool. So what was this your what's it called, the most detailed decal to date at that time, or have you done other ones that have more decals to this?
My more recent work has a lot more decals. For this one specifically, I didn't really deviate too much away from what was in the manual. So if you zoom in on anything, the decals are from the actual kit, because the new Verka comes with water slides. So for the most part, the placement was per manual.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. There's a question here for you. Is blue your favorite color?
Yes. No, it's not. But I like using blue on kits because it's very easy on the eyes. And I just really like the different tones you can do with blue. But my favorite color is actually orange. So
what? Yes! Woo!
Oh really? Cool.
Yeah. Well, my signature is orange all the time. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean that's why my logo is in orange, because you know.
Same in mine. Awesome.
Oh,
Kindred
that makes
spirits
sense,
right
yeah.
here. There was another question here. Hang on. Here's a question that's circling back on from Skyers here. What the thing you learned that helped you get your current tier skill level? Okay, like what are some of the things that like you learned from like I guess from the spray can transitioning over that helped you achieve the higher level of like detailing and painting?
So I mean, like when you start modeling, when you start building, you gotta like really learn the fundamentals of everything, right? Like acrylic, enamel, lacquer. You learn how to mask, you learn how to panel line, and obviously there's like specific steps to doing everything. So once you really learn the fundamentals to everything, you just execute it in that order, and take your time. You know what I mean? It's not a race.
Absolutely.
Take your time, because everyone can do it. It's just a matter of being patient and learning, like ask around, read forums, watch YouTube videos, because everything that I do in Gunpla and all my other hobbies is just self-taught. And
wow,
that's
the thing
resources.
Too. Experiencing it is the key. A little bit more on the hobby question here. We have a question from, hang on, I saw that earlier. From Madeline Annunciacion. So he can snowboard, but can he surf? I'm assuming that's just I was like, can you surf, bro?
I can surf a little bit. Yeah, it's a misconception that everyone in California surfs. Yeah.
So the next time I have you here, you're gonna be riding them 20-foot, 50-foot tidal waves, the big kahunas, right?
Probably not. The ocean's really scary.
Oh man. There's a question here from Ben. When he started airbrushing, what kind of paints did he try? And now what does he use? Oh, that's a good question.
Question.
We know you started off with the Tamiya cans, or the cans anyways. Like so from then when you transitioned to the airbrushing, like what are some of the first paints you use and what are you currently using now?
Yeah, so I live next to this Japanese store called Tokyo Central, and they were just like fully stocked with Tamiya acrylic jars. So that's what I first used, just because it's like abundant and it was just so close to me. And then I ended up transitioning from Tamiya to Gaia. So I started ordering Gaia notes, which I had to order, but that's what I predominantly use right now is Gaia notes, because it's pretty easy to lay down. It's like flawless. There's so many different colors. But yeah, so I went from Tamiya to Gaia, and now I'm just pretty much strictly Gaia.
Nice. Okay, but there's still acrylic lacquers though at the end of the day, right?
No, Gaia is all lacquer.
It's all lacquer for that one? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow. I haven't tried them here. Like I said, I don't think we have some. I'm more on the Mr. Color side. And then lately I've been doing some Vallejo, but like that's because of like the hand painting stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Ask about his dancing. Oh, Madeline is just like on you tonight.
I know.
Do you dance, friends?
I do. I actually used to b-boy, but that was ages ago.
All right, so we're gonna have to put you in a PvP with Gunpla Razzi, who is also a former b-boy.
Gunpla Razzi b-boys.
We're gonna do some Gunpla battle jam. It's gonna be great. This photo here, the shield, amazing detail. The thing is, like, no one tends to like look at the underside, the undercarriage of the shield. You always see the front face, but right here, like things that people don't see, you detail them. Why? Like, what was the point of this?
Okay, so like I said before, like Bandai prints these like crazy mechanical details, and most people are like, all right, I'm just gonna blast this thing in some sort of gray color and call it a day. But I'm like, yo, there's so many details in there that you can really emphasize. And so the inspiration for like the shield detailing actually came from Siyuya Huya. Okay. He's a Korean modeler. Everyone should know him. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it, but so he was like, I don't know, maybe the original dude that started doing shield detailing. But I think it's like become it's like a challenge. Like, how cool can I make this thing look,
Nice.
But people probably think I'm like psycho for spending so much time like trying to make this thing look cool that
you can barely even see in photos, but it's fun.
I'm glad you are detailing, because like no, it is true to your point that like there are like all these details that could still be highlighted and people just tend to do it. Like right here, awesome shot. Like this alone, awesome piece already, right? Like this could be compared to like something that you would paint on an RG kind of thing. I'm just gonna go through a little bit more photos, but like there was a process here where you were taping, so you were masking a whole bunch of stuff here when you were painting. So like your attention to details, just phenomenal, man.
Mm-hmm. So this shield was painted with Nazca mechanical surfacer heavy, super heavy. So it's basically like a primer / paint. And then here in this photo, you can see I've just started to do the masking for like the white borders, the shading and stuff like that. Yeah.
No, looks great. Looks great. Awesome stuff. So that is for the new. We're gonna switch over to the next one. One of my favorite builds. Designs, but like I have not had a chance to build it yet, and this is the Curios. Again, they're not kind of in order, so we're gonna like go through with some of the photos here. The gun here for the Curios, super detailed, like similar to the caliber that you did for the previous one. What was this project for? Like, was it like all your projects for just for display expo, or are you entering these in competitions?
So for this one specifically, there's a builder named the Salty Robot. And he started this project, or I guess event, called the Cerulean Project.
Ooh,
and
nice.
it was an event to bring awareness to mental health and mental health issues. That's actually the poster right here. This thing right here is from the event.
Hang on. Do we have? Show me. There we go. You're on big screen.
Right there.
Right there.
This orange poster, yeah, it's from Cerulean Project. So he reached out to me. He personal messaged me on Instagram and was just like, "Hey, like, would you be willing to participate in this like online expo?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm down." And it was about mental health awareness, which really resonates with me. And the color scheme for it was supposed to be blue. So that is why the Curios is blue and orange, because obviously this is the color scheme that we had to work with. So.
Nice.
Hence all the different shades of blue and the orange to help pop it. So I ended up entering this build into SCGMC 2020.
Nice.
And it was my first time competing in the hobby. And one of my good friends, 8th Studio, was like, "Yo, you should definitely enter this. It's really killer." And I was like, "Oh, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not really that type of like competitive builder at the time." But I ended up submitting it. And it won first place.
Oh wow, dude! Congratulations! Like, let's take a quick look at this, because like when I first like glance on it, like I love the orange highlights on gray. Always works. It's always this one is a favorite of mine as well. The contrast on that. But you added like a whole bunch of details as well to this one, or is it still all stock?
That's all added mechanical details. So there are some 3D printed mechanical details that you can buy and add to kits, along with like all the other types of modifications like plot plating and photo etches and things like that. But
Nice.
yeah, those are all added.
Awesome stuff. Holy crap. Look at I love the color harmony of this one and the little details. So like things like in the inside part. Question on that one. Do you do you mask it? Do you paint it? Hand paint it? It's all masked for that? Holy cow. So do you do the colors first as an undertone? Or do you and then mask that out, or you mask the main field above and then color it?
So for that piece, like I painted like the dark blue first, and then I masked the dark blue and then painted the turquoise.
Ah, awesome stuff.
So it's a little risky, but high risk, high reward.
Absolutely. I would have like almost inclined it like you hand paint these things with like like either a tiny brush or like a needle or something.
That would probably be the easiest way, but I don't even have brushes to very good brushes to get that kind of level of detailing.
Oh wow, amazing, inspirational right here, guys. Let's take some questions on the chat from Jimmy Left-Hander. Let's see here. Do you sculpt? You do sculpture? Question mark.
I do not do sculpting. No sculpture.
Okay. Question from Skyers here. How long did it take you to do the shield? And that's referring back to the MG New.
The back of the shield probably took me like 2 days. Just the back though.
Just the back shield. That's
Yeah.
still dedication. Holy crap. Let's see. Let's go to YouTube, guys. Like popping over here. Gotta do much extra to make sure the funnels don't fly all over the place for that new Verka. Oh, I haven't built mine. That's an advice from Merc. Orange for the win. That's for Achieve Gunpla. Absolutely.
Yep.
Question here from you from Ben. When he started airbrushing. Oh yeah, we talked about the paints. Yep. Sorry. So wait, Franz became a Gunpla Meister in approximately 2 years. Is he the pro tag of an anime? That's from Neon. So yeah, we didn't get a chance to that question. Like, how long have you been painting kits now? So 2 years was the number that I got, or have you
Okay,
been
well, I
kind
mean,
of on,
technically, I've been spray painting since like high school, but I built like maybe 2 kits. But I really didn't get back into the hobby until 2019. So I don't know, like maybe a year and a half.
Oh my god, year and a half. This guy is
2
like
years,
killing
6,
it.
Yeah, something like that.
That's what
If my math is
dedication
right.
and focus is. Like, no, seriously, like good job on these amazing builds. It really shows the potential, even just out of the box, like we were talking about the new Gundam, like with the details already presented with you. All you have to do is like do some, a little bit of like dedication, masking is key, and then just selecting the right color harmony. And that's something I didn't do well on my last build, because I was just watching the review for the clean build on Zach and Adam doing it a couple of days ago. And yeah, I got hit on the colors on that one. So yeah, something to definitely focus on. Let's continue on. There's a question here from not Dumpla, because it's not Dumpla. Not Dumpla. Are you sanding every surface during prep, and up to what grit before surfacer? Ooh, good question.
No, I don't sand the whole surface unless I'm doing like scribing. But if I'm just like, if there's just like enough sticking out, then I'll sand. But typically my sanding is from like 400 to 800 to 1,000 to 2,000, and then I
Like
lay
a
down
buffer.
primer. Yeah,
Primer, okay.
and if it's like frame parts, I use the gun primer. Oh my god, I forgot it. Yeah, this gun primer like polishing block thing. To really help
balancer?
it shine. Yeah, the balancer, yes, the white balancer.
Yeah, I was trying to look for mine too.
Yeah, so you're on the team, help me out.
I know. I'm just trying to look for it now too. Okay, so here's my balancer. For those, hang on. Let's. I'm just gonna zoom into me real quick. So this is the balancer from. It's overused on mine. So this thing right here, this white part is super gloss, and this other part here, this one has a matte finish. And let's talk about Gun Primer real quick. Again, you're also affiliated with them. You also did your custom razor or razor with them. So how did it feel like having your work printed on a product?
Dude, honestly, like literally a dream come true. I always thought of like having my work manifest itself on a product, because like any other hobby, like skateboarding, snowboarding, like shoes, like people, like pros have like their signature model, right? Like, and for me, like the equivalent of that would be like having this custom racer. So when Gun Primer agreed to do that, like I was so hyped about it. It was a dream come true. So grateful for it.
Awesome, guys. Don't forget to check out gunprimer.com. Also available at USA Gundam Store to pick up your razor and save with my discount code AONMECHA10 for both of them. Totally doing a plug for that. But you can also save with discount code with your discount code. Why don't you share that with us?
Yeah, so my discount code on Gun Primer is SQRTL10. So feel free to use my code to purchase whatever you want on Gun Primer. Get 10% off. So.
That's it, man. I love the community on this one and like all the tools and the networking that has brought. I want to circle back real quick on your logo, because like we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Squirtle Militia, LA, CA, Gunpla modeling. So what are we looking at when you were creating this logo?
So I didn't create this logo. My good friend, 8th Studio.
Nice.
If you don't know him, go follow him on Instagram. Like,
yes.
Coolest guy. Has such a good eye for things. But yeah, so 8th Studio actually reached out to me, and by the way, this is your plug, dude. He reached out to me, and he was just like, I really like your work. And I told him, likewise, I really like your work. It's you have an eye for things. And turns out the dude does graphic designing. So he offered to do my logo, and I was like, cool, like I'm down. So this was like the first like rendition of it basically, and we tweaked it a little bit. and he basically played off of like my name as Squirtle Militia. So the shell is like a turtle shell.
Right.
It kind of looks like a Pokemon gym badge, and then the LA is Los Angeles, CA is California, and then Gunpla modeling. So.
And we also have a nippers there. What is your nipper of choice, man? Quick question for
My
you.
nipper of choice would actually be the God Hands, and
Yes.
I know a lot of people are probably gonna hate me, but whatever. But yeah, God Hand. As long as you take care of it, it'll last.
I'm on my third one now, but that's in the span of like 2 years. I heavily use mine, but the SPN20, I completely agree with you. Probably like one of the best, if not like the best tier of cutting nippers. So yes on that. Let's circle back with a couple more questions here, and then we are going to continue on with the work. Let's see. Here's a question for you. Say somebody gets you a hand brushing thing. Would you be into painting hand paint with paint brushing?
I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I've done some like acrylic painting back in my art days, so I do have a little bit of experience. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I think it's definitely something I'll explore later on, because I imagine airbrush might get a little old, and I'm gonna want to like dive into other types of painting. But yeah.
Sounds good. Okay, that was from Casey. All right, so the Amazon link, I'll send it to you with some recommended brushes. Let's see here. We have another question from Casey here. What is your favorite anime? Ooh, that's a good question.
My favorite anime? Oh, my favorite anime. Naruto.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's a lot of episodes. Are you caught up with that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've started like when I was a kid, and I think it finished by the time I was like in college. So it's been
That's
like
a lot.
I grew up with this fictional character. Yeah.
Rani from Twitch just redeemed the hydrate, so I'm gonna hydrate on that one.
Oh yeah.
Feel free to do so too, Franz, because I got a couple of more photos to get to. All right, let's continue on with the Curios. Awesome kit, by the way. So what made you get the Curios? What did you like about it?
The Curious is actually my favorite Gundam. So FYI, everybody, that's my favorite Gundam.
There we go.
In high school, Gundam 00 came out, and my cousin got me hooked on it. And the Curios, I don't know why, but I just thought it was such a cool design, and it was so different. And also, the main character, or not the main character, the side character, Alleluia, was just like an interesting dude. So when Bandai announced the release of this kit, I was so hyped. Yeah. It was actually a birthday gift. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, an amazing kit. This was entered. You placed first. Like, what are some of the biggest lessons learned you got from working on this project?
Lessons learned. When scribing, don't apply so much pressure. Because I mean, you'll learn this eventually if you get into scribing, but like, don't apply so much pressure. So you can see some of the lines are like not as clean as I would like them to be, because this was like, I think one of the first kits I started to scribe. So that was like the lesson from this kit. But otherwise, I really like this kit. I think everything was executed to my standards.
Yeah, these color choices are amazing as well. Again, the harmony and all that stuff. Wow. How long did it take for the project for this guy here?
Probably like about a month and a half. Yeah, a month and a half. So you can see the Cerulean project, little text at the bottom. So that's coming up this year. So
that's the book, right? Like, because I think there are several people that are doing.
So he released a book at the end of it, and he published everyone's piece in a book. It's so awesome. Like, the guy is so amazing, and he's doing it again this year. So everybody, please participate. It's a great cause, and just like everything else, brings the community together. There it is again.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of your build here? Like, what stood out the most for you to be like, you know what, this is what I like about the kit?
The knees. So if you look at the knees, if you zoom in right there.
Let's go to.
Yeah. The knees, like, they are so obnoxious.
Right?
Right? They're just like these blades just sticking out. And what I did was I actually scribed it and like cut it to reshape it. So all the orange pieces has been reshaped to make it look a little bit more aerodynamic.
Right, right.
So yeah, that's probably my favorite part of this kit, of this build specifically.
So my favorite part of this is all the oranges. You did really well on justice for these guys here. Also, like, to me, like, this little details, man, I really appreciate when modelers take that extra level and put in these accent like colors. Amazing. It gives so much value for such a little thing that's added onto it.
It does. Amazing. It really does.
Continuing on with the orange, the next kit over here, we are looking at the Mark II. Amazing orange again. I could see why I like this out of the set that you've sent so far. But yeah, let's talk about the Mark II project. What do we got here?
So this one, after like realizing that I need to work on my scribing, I decided to build the Mark II. And the Mark II is like an old kit. Like I'm sure you built this before, but the armor is so plain. There's nothing going on this kit. It's so plain and basic. So I was like, okay, this is like a perfect opportunity to like practice my scribing. So I ended up going with this like test type color, which is basically orange and white. But instead of white, I used this color called Karyoku Shoku, which is basically like a beige with the green tint. So that is what the armor. That's what the armor pieces are. In addition to the scribing, I wanted to do 3 levels of tone separation. So the armor has like 3 different colors going on. So you have like the really light beige color, like the medium, and the dark beige color. So this is going to be like one of my first attempts at doing 3-tone armor.
Nice.
So. But,
awesome. Are you still using the Gaia paints for these, or
yeah? So the orange is actually Gaia Notes Mandarin Orange. It's actually one of their most recent colors that came out. And so when it came out, I was like, oh, that's like a cool color. So I tested it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna use this on my next build.
Awesome. Oh, I might have to get my hands on that one here. I love the tone of orange you got going on here. So when you're priming on this one, did you do white primer, or did you go gray and then kind of like went up and down for that?
I used gray primer on 100% on everything. Except
and you still get that
parts.
bright. So you get the bright orange out of the gray, or did you highlight? Wow. I mean, like that is really cool to achieve, especially like I have a hard time when I'm doing it gray. I always like blast it with white first. But yeah, awesome stuff. And for your metals, like what are your paint of choice for your metals?
I use Alclad.
Nice.
So Alclad is like a European, I think it's from Europe. I think it's from,
it's hard to get here right now. Yeah,
but unfortunately we get it here in the US, and it's pretty easy to get. Whoever is watching this, if you end up using Alclad, it's a little finicky, but it does have really good results. But word of warning, it's not durable. So if you plan on trying to pose your kit after you complete it, you're gonna scratch it for sure.
Oh wow. Do you need to top coat it, or did you clear coat it?
No, I did not clear coat it because it messes with the finish of it. If you are to clear coat something like this, you would need like 2K gloss. But if you did that, then you wouldn't even be able to with the kit. It's just like so many layers. Yeah.
God damn. So, all right, good to know.
It's
good to know.
A pose only.
So it's definitely the final touches on this one. And posing matters. I love also that you're posing it in a very, very pleasant kind of way, because a lot of people tend to like forget that part. You know, so when you're doing poses and all that stuff, do you have like a reference or someone helping you out with like, hey, poses this way?
No, not really. I mean, like obviously when you pose a kit, you want to like make it look as natural as possible. And there's even posts like on Instagram of like how to pose your kit after you finish it, and those are really important because you spend so much time building this kit, and you take photos, and if it's in this like weird pose, it doesn't do your work justice. So I mean, reference photos on Google. You can even look at the box, like if you want, can copy the box. Like Saintism copies the box and kills
I know, right, Chris? Looking at you. Step out of your comfort zone. No, just kidding. Love that guy. So the Mark II here, was this entered for any competition, or is this kind of just like a showpiece?
Yeah, it was. So there's a competition called Gunpla Builder International Tournament that's hosted by Let's Crate, which is a builder from, I believe, Indonesia.
Yes.
And
Yep.
that was, I don't even remember what that was. That might have been beginning of 2021. But yeah, so I entered it. It got Best Painted Gunpla Award,
Nice.
which I'm super stoked about because, like I said, this is my first time executing like a 3-tone color scheme. So I'm glad that it was acknowledged.
What were you end of fence at anything at all when you were doing the colors? Like what got you to choose these colors?
Like I said, Mandarin Orange just came out, so I wanted to use that color specifically. And I'm not really comfortable with using orange as like the main color.
Right.
So hence test type colors. I was like, okay, that's a good opportunity. I don't want to use white. I really like this color Karyoki Shoku by Gaia. It's like a military color.
Yes. Okay.
Which I often use in a lot of my builds. It's like these military colors, because it gives it like a realistic look. But
So when you're selecting your kits for the projects, do you do it for like just the way it looks, or do you have any type of other connection with it? Like you either enjoyed the show or the like the history of it?
Usually it's just the way it looks. Depending on like what colors I have at the moment or what colors I want to use, I'll try to find a kit where I feel like it would work well with it.
Okay.
So yeah.
And there's only light modifications. This one I see some scribing. Did you put in
Added
some like detail
details.
ups? Yeah, added details in that one.
Details in that.
How are you with plot plating? Have you done any of those for these current?
I do a
projects?
little bit of plot plating. It's definitely like a part of modeling that I want to practice more and improve on. But yeah.
Awesome
Definitely
stuff.
something I
Clean
need to
build.
practice.
What is your? There was a question, obviously, for you. Like all your builds have so far been clean. Like, what is your secret to keeping it clean? Like, it just looks awesome the way offhand. Like, what are some of the things you do? Either preventive measures or things to keep in mind when you're painting a clean build.
Well, if you use lacquer paint, that helps. But like when you're masking stuff, like just be very careful. You know, like take the time, like be patient with masking because it takes. You prevent a headache in the end because you know if you don't do something carefully, then you're gonna have to fix it later down the road or redo the whole thing. Preventative measures is like cleaning your workspace.
Right.
So like all of us, we use spray boots to paint, and there's dust particles floating in the air. And preventative measures just keep your station clean, vacuum, wipe stuff down. Because a lot of the things that I deal with clean build wise, dust is like my #1 enemy.
Yep.
Oh my god, like Sorry, go ahead.
For me, I was gonna say like dust is definitely one of the things to watch out for. Lately I've been I have like paper towel on either side and at the floor of my spray booth, and I'll have like a sprayer and I'll just spray it around, and then hopefully that will attract all the dust, and then I'll hit with the clear coat. Because usually the clear coat is what I see dust collecting the most.
Yeah,
so.
the clear coat, like the top coat part of building, like everything is good to go.
Yeah.
Now it's time for top coat. Boom, dust. And I'm like,
dust.
oh my god. Yeah. So, but other than that, like surface prep is super important for clean builds. I can't stress that enough. Surface prep.
Absolutely. Let's go read a couple of comments here on the audiences. But before we continue on this one, Neon Wave is saying Naruto equals 700 episodes, 14 movies. My cousin at 11 years old managed to binge the entire thing because of his age. I don't know whether it was impressive or sad. There was a question that we skipped earlier on. This is from Madeline again. Which one took the longest to build from your current lineup?
It would probably be the one that won the clean versus weathered, which we'll get to eventually. And I'll tell you why it took so long.
Ooh, I like that. I like that setup. What are some non-Gundam mech you are interested in doing? That's from Salty Robot.
Like building wise, I don't really know. I don't really have like, I know like Salty, so Salty's asking this question and he builds like some crazy things. But yeah, I haven't really like thought of diving into other mecha kits, but I would like to. I'd really like to.
So my off recommendation, because like I've seen a lot of like your military style are very, very like combat ready. The Full Metal Panic, they're 160 scale, but they built like a high grade. And again, I've seen you mainly do master grades. Have you done some high grades as well?
No, I mean high grades I used to do in high school, but now that I've become a serious builder, it's all been master grade.
It's master grade.
Nothing against high grade. I just really like the size of the master grade.
Yeah.
You know, Geo build says that all the time. He's like, I just like the size of master grade, and I was like, yep, I definitely feel that.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I'm saying for alternative, that one is a recommendation. I've been building the Full Metal Panic. The Gurnspec grunt units are really good, but for 1/100 scale, that's non-Gundam. It's kind of a hit and miss too, because like I tried the 148 scale from Ayoshima, the Full Metal again. It was horrible. Would not recommend. But the Hexagear, which is, do I have it here? Like, yeah, I built a Hexagear recently, which is like this car right here. I have a camera. There we go. It is pretty massive. It's like comparable to a high grade, a master grade when it's standing. Their mechas are not like conventional mechas, so again, something that if you're interested, I'm just tossing it out there for you to check out. But yeah, it's becoming a big thing, I think. Hexagear has been producing, and they're producing more and more. So, and what other? The Gurren Lagann kit also caught my eye, but I'm not attached to the show, so that's the thing. Like, I'm on the fence. Do you like build, if you're gonna build or purchase something that's non-Gundam? Do you want to be related to the anime, or at least have some kind of background on it before you get a kit, or you're just gonna aim for the design or the aesthetics first and just figure the story
design.
after?
Probably the design. Yeah, because I mean I have the Gurren Lagann kit that you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I pre-ordered it and everything, and like I opened it. I'm like not that stoked to build
it. Oh, really?
It. Yeah.
Okay.
But like I love the show. Like I absolutely love the show. It's like one of my favorite mecha animes. But like I said, the design is kind of like whatever. It's like very cartoony.
I see. Circling back, there was a question about like what are your favorite non-Gundam mecha animes?
So Gurren Lagann's one of them. Code Geass is one of them. Robotech is one of them. Neon Genesis Evangelion is one of them. I think that's it.
Nice. No, that's a good roundup. Let's see here. Well, this is from Jace Geesey. He's saying, will you ever do a build with the Squirtle color scheme? Oh, that's a good one.
With the light blue, probably not, because that would be very difficult to make, or to make it look cool.
Do the Virtue in Squirtle.
Virtue with Squirtle colors,
right?
Oh man, yeah. I'll think about it.
Yay, Franz! Thanks for the shout out. That's from Salty Robot. Ariel and his love for orange. Yes, maybe he should eat a ton of carrots to make his skin orange. Just joking. Oh my god. Does your love for outdoors ever influence your design? That's a question from Jace as well.
My love for the outdoors influenced my design. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Okay, let's see. Let's continue on from Neon France. I like them for their size. Me, that's what she said. The world face palms to the old lame joke. Oh my god. 172 Robotech. Oh yeah, the Macross lines are not bad. I built the 172 Messiah from Frontier. It's a really good kit. I think that one. Yes, I would recommend that. Lots of parts, lots of surfaces, and lots of potential details. So that one is up there. Okay, let's continue on. Again, shield detailing, amazing work here. Similar to like the caliber that you've done. So do we foresee like every single time now moving forward that you will be detailing every undercarriage of your kits?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to. It's very time consuming, but it's definitely one of my favorite things about building. Like if a shield's involved in a kit, I'm pretty stoked about it. But yeah, it's fun.
Question for your clean builds. I know a lot of them are like I don't know. Like my question: do you actually just like paint it on flat primer, or do you also do highlights here and there?
No, everything is just flat primer. Mr. Finishing Surfacer 1200.
Wow, 1200.
Curious. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome stuff. And here's a shot of the shield. Ayug colors and Heim Electronics. Love the orange, man. Amazing. Okay, so some question to this one. What are your favorite parts of this build? Again, it's an amazing, beautiful piece.
This build in particular, I would just say like the overall design of the armor. It has like that UC vibe,
which I really like. You know, it was a lot of resemblance to the original RX-78. And the proportions are pretty cool. But like I said, it's such a bare kit. So that would be like the only downside of it. But
nice. Yeah. And what's it called? The eyes there, are those stickers or did you put some lights into them?
Those are stickers.
Stickers for the win, guys. Stickers for the win. Earlier on, we talked about the Exia because I think that was the first time I saw your work, and that's what like triggered me. Like, hey, this guy is pretty cool. Next up on deck here is the Exia. Amazing color again with the darker colors, but I love all the details that pop up. So when you were approaching this project, what are some of the stuff that you wanted to do to it?
So my plan was to do a custom of the entire 00 team, and so because I did Curios in a dark scheme, I wanted to like follow suit with another dark scheme for the Exia.
Nice.
So I was like planning ahead, like, okay, I want each different mobile suit to have like this one's gonna be blue, this one's gonna be green, this one's gonna be red, you know. And so this Exia turned out to be green, and I used like the orange accents to also follow suit from Curios. And I've seen a black and green color combination been done before. So I thought
that is kind of like a green tone, eh?
Yeah, it's a black upper body and armor, and then like the limbs are like two-tone like military green.
Oh wow.
Also from Gaia. Yeah.
Now, are these like straight colors or did you pre-mix like a custom color for them?
Those are custom.
Wow.
Yeah. Well,
Awesome
the darker green is a custom.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just like a shade darker.
When you change your tones, do you add like a blue or a black to it? Like, how did you separate the tones?
It depends. So if I'm working with like a basic color, like if it was just green, then I would add gray to it to change the tone. Okay. And then if I want it to be darker, I just add black to change the shade. So I always have a lot of gray and a lot of black stocked because I always have to change it. Yeah, I don't like bright colors. It's just hard on the eyes.
And it's really cool to peel off the dark colors because also it's harder to with the darker colors to achieve because you need to photograph them in a very like well lit environment. So do you use a photo booth when you're doing your photos?
Photography? Yeah, so I have a photo booth. It's like a cheap one from Amazon, but I have like LED lights to illuminate it, and the booth has like these like white screens that help diffuse the light. So the kit doesn't just get like blasted with light.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I have like a nice camera that I use to photograph all this stuff. Yeah.
So you're using a camera, not your phone for these ones, eh?
That's correct. Yeah, I use a Panasonic Lumix G85 mirrorless camera.
Nice. Mirrorless is key, guys. I love mirrorless. It's like number one, they're light. And number two, like out of the box, the image is just like really, really awesome. The dark green looks really, really great. What are some of the challenges that you faced when you were working on this project?
Okay, so have you built the Exia before?
Have I? Oh, I was gonna say, have I ever? I built the Avalanche recently. So yes, I have built this recently.
So like everyone knows, the Exia, the original MG Exia is like a hand grenade. Everything falls apart. So that would probably be the biggest challenge. But that doesn't really play a role in customizing because it doesn't matter if the kit's a bad kit or not. Like you can make it whatever, like you can make it look like whatever you want to. But in terms of posing it, it was just like god awful. Like this pose I pulled off, I was not able to pull it off after that.
Oh really? Why? Is it like the limbs?
Just like the limbs were just loose. So I took that photo and it was like a one-off photo, and so I just had to display it in like this A pose, and that was it.
Have you ever had like major paint scratches when you're doing any of these poses? Like post painting, you're doing your shots, bam, it got hit.
Yeah, I mean sometimes, like I said, I use Alclad, so it's like very the filament is like really weak. So a lot of times when I'm posing, like it'll scratch, and I'll have to like go back and respray it after I finish photos and stuff. But Gaia is so durable. I've never scratched it. Like as long as you're super careful, you wouldn't scratch it.
What type of modifications or add-ons did you work on or added onto this?
Scribing. You got some metal etch decals or details. Some 3D printed details.
For the 3D printed, did you buy them pre or did you print them on your own?
pre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Sorry, what else did you add on this?
That's pretty much it. So it was just like, scribing mechanical details that are 3D printed, and then metal etch details. But the main focus is just the colors, all the different tone separations and things like that.
Awesome. I'm just in awe because like I didn't notice it was green. When I first looked at it, I thought it was gray. But now looking at it in the monitor, I'm like, I'm just appreciating the green on this one. Like that is a really cool combination. Also, we have a couple of light color or like cool colors here. We have the cool colors from the plastics, obviously for the wires for the GN drives. This one here, very interesting choice of waist. Is that like a blue gray?
It's it's like a violet gray. The color is called Gaia Notes Joint Gray.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, and then the GN cables like behind the arm and on the shoulders. Like those are printed on like holographic pieces, but they don't really show up unless you like photograph them like perfectly. But otherwise, they're just like clear parts, so they just look like whatever. And I'm like, wow, that's such a waste. So what I did was I bought Aurora film.
Nice.
Film.
Yes.
I wrapped the piece in it, and I used a blow dryer to like morph it. So I did that for Exia, and I did it for Curios, and then the Dynamis, which we're going to talk about.
You did it for all the parts? So I'm looking at like this guy here, for example. Is that one of them? Nice.
Yeah.
I love that glow.
Yeah. So when you throw it in a photo booth, like there's all this light hitting it. So like the Aurora film will definitely shine. It looks awesome.
Good tip. I didn't even think about that. That's an awesome tip, man. Question for you on this one, the decals, like are these from a specific brand or are these from Bandai? What are we looking at?
Yeah, these are the Mecha decals by Child of Mecha.
Shout out to Tim Harkins.
Yeah, those decals are like amazing. Like I use them all the time. And they lay down really easily, no silvering, and they're very clear, crystal clear.
Oh yeah, no, and they're very tough too, because like I've had decals that will just break apart after failed attempts at it, but like very durable on that. Let's talk about weapons and focus on that. Like again, I love the consistency that you put in the details that you put on your weapons. Taking a look at this, the GN sword, amazing composition and things here. What are some of the things that you keep in mind when you're working on weapons?
Use a lot of colors.
Yeah.
This GN blade has 8 colors, I think, on it. And they're just like very, very subtle differences in tones. Obviously different shades of like black and blue and gray. But then you see the pop of color with the orange and like the little turquoise dot at the end. And then obviously combination with the metallic blade. But yeah, I mean, it's just like emphasizing the details that Bandai prints on them. That
awesome
would be
stuff.
That's my focus. Yeah, that's what I focus on.
Now for panel lining, I noticed like because of the darker colors, do you need to do any panel lining for the darker colors?
Typically I don't. It just depends how dark or light of a gray I use. But if it's like a dark color, then I probably don't.
We touched base about Gun Primer earlier on. Both of us are partnership with Gun Primer, but you have one of their custom ones made up. These are the ones that we were just talking about. Custom razor set. So there's the Exia is the first one here. Like we have 2 different types of variation. One is the tall side, and the other one's the horizontal version, right?
Yeah. So I reached out to Gun Primer on this collaboration with them, and this has already been done by EA Gunpla. And Gun Primer actually made me one as a gift, and I ended up posting it, and people were like hyped about it. They're like, "Oh, how do I get that?" And then Gun Primer was like, "All right, let's print them." So then they did, and then it sold like internationally, and it's like over my head. It's crazy.
This is awesome, man. Very, very cool achievement. A great achievement, actually, in such a short span of time. Obviously, a lot of people are going to be asking, like, how did you do it? Did you contact them first? How did you get sponsorship? There's many ways, and everybody's journeys is obviously unique to their own. But like, like, what are some of the craziest, like, I want to say crazy, like, what are the stories when you were approached by like all these sponsors?
I don't really have any crazy stories.
like the thing with sponsorships and partnerships, you just want to create a dialogue with these companies, and you know, like obviously, like don't build Gunpla to like get partnerships and like sponsorships. Like just enjoy the hobby for what it is, and then eventually it'll come up. So just don't come at these companies all aggressive. It'll come out
hey, yo,
organically.
hook me up. Organically is the word. I again, it's so simple to sound, but it's also kind of like difficult for a lot of people. Number one, it just comes down to also like personality, approach. You could be like the best, you know, and it is not, you know, any type of target for anyone. It's just like some observations that I get, and see, these are some of the observations I get from conversation I get with friends. It's like, you know, like let your work talk for you, you know. And the thing is like, and it shows here that like, you know, you have a high caliber type of work. People are gonna notice and people are gonna talk about it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome stuff. So here's a picture of the Razor. Wow, dude, this is awesome, man.
Yeah. So my friend 8th Studio, so the guy that did my logo, one of my good buddies, he worked with myself and Gun Primer on this racer, and he did all the graphics and the text and the location of everything. He got my signature in it, which is cool.
Yep.
So like, thank you so much, dude. Like, you've been my right-hand man in this Gunpla journey.
This guy has everything. He has a graphic designer, photographer. What doesn't he have yet? I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
So what are some of the first thoughts when you received your Razor?
The print quality is really nice. So if anyone has it, like, you know, you can vouch for this statement, but it's pretty crystal clear.
Nice.
I was a little worried because like, how do you print such a detailed object onto this little, you know, 4-inch thing? But yeah, the details came out so nice, and I was just blown away that I had my work on a product. So the packaging is all nice, it's all professional.
Awesome stuff, guys. Don't forget to check them out at gunprimer.com, also at USA Gundam Store. They are available there. Earlier on, we were talking about your theme, which is 00. The next set, a little bit of a deviation, I'd say. Let's take a look at that. This is the Dynamis from that set. It's still the dark colors, but it's a little bit more vibrant, I think, with the red.
It is. So Robot Kai sent me some paints to test out. And they were all like the basic colors, and like I said before, like I wanted to do the 00 team, like, oh, this one's gonna be blue, this one's gonna be green. And so with the Dynamis, I didn't want it to be green, obviously, because that's his original color. So I ended up going with the red. But how do you make a dark color scheme with red? It's just
it is kind of tricky, right? Yeah.
So instead of doing red and black, I did red and dark gray. I recommend not doing red and black because the contrast is like too intense.
Yes.
But the dark gives it a more sinister look, and it's more cohesive, I would say. So that's what I went with this color scheme. And it's definitely more vibrant than my other work, but it put me in this, took me out of my comfort zone, and made me use like, you know, brighter colors. And I think it turned out okay.
No, it turned out amazing, man. Awesome stuff here. I'm totally looking at the details here. Like, there's a lot of stuff. What I like about your work so far, and what I've noticed in this is like the type of like detailed jolts that I get. Like there's like bounce out. There's like a jive, a harmony to it. I'm looking at let's just example here for the knee. I love that, like, you have the main field is your red, but you have all these little accent colors to separate them, even down to the orange decals here, a little bit of like metal plating here, and this darker color, which is like a hint of it, just enough to like separate the colors, which is amazing on that. So when let's talk about decal placement. Like, how do you determine where decals go?
So back to like my early work, I had a Mark II, and I just had so many decals on it. It was just like grotesque. I was like, there's way too many decals. So I kind of like toned it down, and a lot of like the decals are like obviously at the corner of panels. So I kind of just like wing it. Like, I like a lot of decals, but not super busy. But I'll like place the decal, and if I don't like it, then I'll just take it off. But obviously you want it to be balanced and cohesive. Like, you don't want to be, you don't want it to be too busy, because then your eyes are just like wandering all over the place.
Super saturated and that, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. So even like the little added details, like there's a rhyme and rhythm to it. It's not just like randomly placed everywhere.
Nice. So you often target first, I guess, the corners because like that's the most ideal place for them. What are some of the stuff that people can focus on, like when they're placing their decals? Like other advice you would give when they're thinking of doing like a heavier decal placement? Because like a lot of people tend to get like discouraged by like the amount of work they need to put on this. It's like it is a very time consuming, right?
But I mean, decals obviously bring these kits to life. Like I promise you, like if you just add a few decals here and there, like it really highlights the kit. And the quantity of decals is literally up to you. It's like your style of modeling. So there's a lot of modelers that only use like minimal decals, and that's just their style. Like it looks nice to them, and I think it looks nice as well. So it really just depends. But no matter what, if you have a lot of decals or a little bit of decals, there's a balance to it. And it takes a little bit of paying attention.
And here I noticed as well some more of the 3D printed add-ons to the details here, and some scribe work on this one. Awesome stuff here. So when you're doing your scribes, like do you follow a certain formula or like design? Do you tend to like draw it out first with a pencil before you actually hack away at it?
Yeah, I draw everything in pencil because obviously once you go at scribing, it's like the biggest pain to fix if you don't like it. So always draw it out in pencil. I take reference from a lot of other builders that I admire. So just like everyone else that starts scribing, like you want to use reference photos for typical designs. Start out with simple designs and then start working your way up. But
Awesome stuff here. What is your favorite part of this project, man? Because there's a lot going on here.
My favorite part would probably be, I think using the red.
Yeah.
Like using red was like so weird to me. I was like, oh, it's so bright. And it was my first time using Moto paints, the one that Robot Kai sent me. So it was a pleasure to use it. It's definitely on par with, I would say, with Gaia Notes and all the major lacquer brand paints.
I noticed something a little bit different on this one. The back paneling of this shield, or the side shield here, has like a nice plate with like little inserts. Like, what are some of the materials you use for this?
For the little like inserts? That is just Alclad.
Oh no, I meant like, is this a separate? Is this how the kit came in?
Yeah, that's
with this piece. What, really? It's just a flat piece and there's like holes like that?
Yep.
I did not know that. I gotta open my dynamics now.
Yeah, go look at it again, and it's they're just like pieces, and I had to like mask the little dots.
Yeah. Wait, so you masked the dots? I thought these would be like the end of like one of those needles or something.
No,
or
so
screws, right?
the big gray piece, like you basically get the red piece and the gray piece and you put it together. But the little silver parts are part of the red piece, so you just have to mask it away from the red parts and then spray it. I just sprayed it like with metallic. Yeah.
And spray it? Holy crap! That means you've been like masking the whole thing and then like cutting out these little dots and then spraying it?
No, it's not like masked or anything. It's just
Oh, you painted from the red part, and then when it goes through.
Yeah. Okay, so like the gray parts has like all these tiny holes, so that's where you would insert it.
Right.
Kind of like a peg. Yeah.
Awesome. And there's also the next the Aurora film. There was a question here. Ben Voigt is saying Aurora what? What was the actual? It's no, for me it's Aurora film or Aurora. Did you use a sticker or did you use a film for yours?
It's a film. I mean, it's like an adhesive. Yeah, film, I guess. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Ben, if you're looking for that, look up Aurora film on either Amazon or like a hobby shop. They're very common. They come in like large sheets, so you could cut whatever you need from that. Since we're talking with that one, let's do a quick round, see what's going on the chat right now. Ooh, EA Gunpla. Yeah, EA Gunpla is like nailing it. Every time I watch his video, I'm just like, dude, this guy like produces. Holy cow.
Yeah, he works so quick.
I know, and I can't do it. Like, it takes me like a month and a half just to like finish one kit. Aomeka, I had a question in my previous comment. Question. Has he heard of Escaflowne? Have you heard of Escaflowne?
Actually, I'm sorry, I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's an anime, movie, an AV. OVA movie as well. So it's a mecha. So this one is like
Okay.
a mecha that transforms into a knight and a dragon, and it's piloted by a prince. It's actually pretty
That
cool. It's a little
sounds
bit
absolutely wild.
yeah, it's a little bit on the dated side because like it's a little bit of an
Yeah.
older anime, but it's actually pretty cool. So if you've seen I guess similar to like the same age as like Trigun or
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, around that era.
around that era, I think that's when Escaflowne was popular. Awesome stuff. Well, let's keep going on this one. Biggest lessons learned from this project. Obviously, the red was one of them. Other things that you would have you learned from this, or like would caution others when they're doing something similar to this.
I mean, I don't really have any lessons learned from this one. I think it was just like a very straightforward build that followed suit from Curios and Exia. This kit, I entered into a competition, so it was a competition build for the NCMSS 2021, which is the National Capital Model Soldier Society.
Nice.
So it was a
They
contest.
have a
build,
mecha.
which-
They have a mecha
Yeah.
section.
It was they actually had a Gundam section, and I think it might have been the first time they did it. So I entered this in the Gundam Open division. It got gold, and the focus was just on execution
Ooh.
of yeah.
Really well executed. And again, guys, with the clean build here, amazing. So the details, like when you're masking out like certain like the metal parts, like do you pre-plan that ahead of time, or like you kind of just go with the flow and execute as is?
I go with the flow. Yeah. So
Nice.
so my style of building is it's very different. So I don't snap build a kit and then or like do modifications and snap build it and prime the whole thing.
Yeah.
I worked in segments. So like
Ah.
I'll build like the head and the torso first, and I'll do all the modifications I need, and then I'll prime it, paint it, decal, top coat, and then I'll move on to the arms.
Really?
Yeah, and then from the arms, and I'll go to the legs. Yeah, but because like it helps you like visualize a kit and like make changes as needed as you go, because sometimes like your concept might not look as good as you thought it would. So
Right.
I'd rather work on segments and like watch your kit slowly come to life, and also it helps with motivation. You know what I mean? Like when you see your kit come to life, in certain certain parts, it gets you motivated. Like, okay, now I'm gonna work on like the legs and so.
Awesome stuff. Guys, this is amazing work. So don't forget to check him out in his social. Let's bring it back real quick. Franz, awesome stuff here. We have more stuff to go. Big shout out to everybody that's joining us both on YouTube and on Twitch. We're going to do a quick break right now, and then we're going to go to the main event, and that is the entry, the winner, the placement kit for the Clean versus Weathered coming up after this. So yeah, we'll do a quick break. We'll join us by Franz again momentarily, so stick around.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Ariel from AO Mecha. I just want to let you guys know about all my other social media outlets if you haven't had a chance to check them out at facebook.com/AOMecha, on YouTube, youtube.com/AOMecha, on Instagram, instagram.com/AO_Mecha, on Twitter, @AO_Mecha, and on Discord, fairly new. That one is AO_Mecha, #3414. Anyways, hope to hear from you guys. Through any of those platforms, feel free to DM me or PM me, as well as emailing me. My email is aomecha.info@gmail.com. Just want to let you guys know that this episode is brought to you by USA Gundam Store. Please check them out, www.usagundamstore.com, and save on your purchases when you use my discount code AOMecha10. All right, let's get back to the show and see what's going on there.
Hey, welcome back, guys. My name is Ariel, and you're watching AO Mecha Live. Tonight is a feature builder. Feature builder spotlight. Now it's a spotlight. Oh my god, we're just approaching 2 hours, and it's been so much fun looking at so much awesome work by Franz here, aka Squirrel Militia. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to everybody both on YouTube and on Twitch, and all the lurkers in between. Don't forget to hit that follow, like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget also, like, this video will be archived in YouTube, so feel free to check that out, share that as well. with everybody that may want to see Franz in action. Lots of stuff here. Obviously has a lot more projects, so check out also his social media. Link is in the description of this YouTube video. All right, so why don't we go back and see what Franz is saying. Hey, Franz.
Hey guys, what's up?
Welcome back, guys, to the show. We're approaching a awesome segment of the show, and probably one of my favorite things that we're going to be talking about is the his build entry for the Clean versus Weathered event that just happened over at USA Gundam Store and hosted by USA Gundam Store and Zach Aurelius. So, but before we do that, we're just gonna read off a couple of comments here. On YouTube, I love it. Yo, this Exia looks technical. That is from Mech Dio. Manny, how's it going? All the way from New York. Ben is saying, asking, what segments do you typically start with? Any part you don't like? Oh, okay. So I know you started off with the torso first, but like, what is specifically in when you start like looking at the focus of detailing? Is it the chest, the head, and what type of like do you focus on? Would it be scribing or detail up?
I would probably start with scribing first. In terms of segment, I always do the head and the chest because by doing those two parts, I can tell if a scheme will work or not.
Right.
Yeah. My least favorite segment, or part, I guess I should say, is the arms. The arms are just incredibly boring to me. But yeah, but the legs are really fun. The legs are usually like a home stretch for me. So.
Yeah. I work completely opposite. I snap build before I paint mine because I want to see the whole thing to see where seam lines are gonna be and where's like placement and all that. So I also start with the torso though. So torso is my first, and then I work with the legs so it stands up. Then the arms, the backpack, weapons, and then the head. The head is usually the last one because of the V-fin. I've had PTSD when I was younger. I don't know if you've ever broken any parts, but the V-fin scares the hell out of me still, man.
Yeah, the V-fin is such a fragile piece. But so like when you snap build a kit before you start painting it, like you have to take it apart, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
exactly.
I can't like imagine having to do that, like taking apart a kit after like priming it and all that stuff. So yeah, I imagine like that it's easy to break parts if you're not careful, And then
well, for me it's like once I build, I just want to see it, but like I don't put it all back in an assembly unless I'm like seam line removal. Once it's primed, it's like painting all the way to the finish and then putting it back together at the end. Big shout out joining us tonight, Michael Rinaldi Studio Press is saying, congrats Franz, really impressive piece and well-deserved win. Wow.
Thank you.
Awesome words there. Michael Rinaldi, one of the judges for the weathered side. And the weathered builds, guys, don't get me wrong, the weathered builds are dope. And they
were
are
absolutely insane.
Amazing. If you guys did not watch the review for those yet, like go hit up Zach Aurelius's YouTube channel because man, it was well done. And Michael, thank you so much for judging that. Shout out to you. Also, guys, Michael Rinaldi has like some really cool weathering books. You could purchase them through USA Gundam Store. Check them out, usagundamstore.com, and save with discount code AOMECHA10. Now, talking about the contest, clean versus weathered. When you first heard it, what were some of the... Okay, how did you hear about it, and what made you decide to enter it?
I mean, USA Gundam posted it, Zach Aurelius posted it, and I was like, oh, cool, a contest. And like I'm on this like contest or like winner's high, I guess you can call it. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. Like I'm ready to hit, like do another contest. It's like I did SCGMC and like NCMMSS, and I was like, all right, let's do it. So once he announced it, I was really stoked. And I'm glad that there were two categories, like clean and weathered, because I feel like you can judge things more objectively. Like, oh, this is clean. It's like apples to oranges. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Awesome stuff. So, well, guys, if you guys have not seen it, we're gonna take a look at it right now. This is the Gundam Origin, the early type version. This is the winner, first place of the clean versus weathered on the clean side of the event. Amazing work, and hands down, man, like the details you put onto this really well. So let's talk about the build itself first. Like obviously lots of details and put into it. Like what are some of the initial work that you did on this, and what are the anything else that like you did along the way. Let's tell me the story about this. Tell me the epic adventure. I want to hear this, man.
So I actually have it written down in my notes because I really want to explain this. But
awesome.
basically, I wanted to create an RX-782 with the design and color palette that has like never been seen before.
Nice.
I feel like a lot of RX, granddaddies are always like in the canon colors. So I wanted to do something different. So the asymmetric concept and color composition is basically influenced from my previous build. So if you look at the RX, the Mark II that we just looked at, like the 3-tone color separation.
Yes.
I have a RX-78 real type that I didn't share with for the spotlight, but it's on my Instagram. That the color composition comes from that one. So then I did a lot of scribing and all those like mechanical details like I normally do. But I was able to create this like 3-tone part separation for like 21 colors. So there's 21 colors on this build.
What?
And they're just like
21 colors.
Yeah, there's 21 colors and they're just like very, very slight changes in the tone. So you can see like the mustard yellow colors is actually 3 different colors of that on the shoulder.
Yeah,
and then on the
let's
chest.
take a look at that. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are 3 different colors. The gray is also 3 different colors. So if you like zoom into like the arm, for example, there's like 2 different shades of gray and then a different tone of gray. So there's 3 colors going on. And so that
on
makes
top of like the alclad here as well, like with your metal.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you can see there's like 2 different shades of the same gray, and then I used a warmer gray for 3 different colors, and that is happening everywhere. So yeah, 21 colors.
Wow.
Yeah.
21 colors. That's crazy.
So I went with like a blue and yellow like complementary color scheme. Obviously it's like muted with that militaristic feel to it. But it definitely balances like the shine of like the metallic paints that I typically use, which makes the build like very technical looking and clean and very cohesive. And just to like, and I think Gunpla enthusiasts said it best, but basically said that when you use like muted colors, it's easier on the eyes and you can really focus on the details. And
that
so that's why, so that's why when you see builds get posted on Instagram and it's like the primer shot, right? Like the primer shots look so cool because you can see everything, all the little details. And so that was basically what I was trying to achieve with this build.
Amazing stuff. Let's talk about the details on the shield. Again, I love your consistency of doing the details and focusing on every single crevices on this, because again, it just shows dedication, motivation, and again, hopefully inspires people to do this, because this is something that's so overlooked but adds so much value, like especially shots like this. Amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the shields real quick, since we have in this picture here. What are some of the stuff that you worked on for this?
There are, so I use a combination of matte and metallic. 2 of those are actually primers.
Oh, nice.
So they're not, or technically they're paint and primer. It's like the Nazca mechanical surfacers, heavy and light. So those are like the 2 different grays. And then there's like a darker gray that I added in there. But then you'll see there's like a pop of orange. So the whole color scheme of the shield is the exact same color scheme that I use for my real type RX-78. But I cleaned it up even more. So basically like really trying to improve on my cleanliness, my clean building.
What's most impressive for me is like I know you've mentioned this several times. It's like you mask and paint. I was gonna ask like, wow, your brush stroke on these orange looks really, really great. Then they're like, nope, it's
mask.
It's mask. I'm like, holy cow. What kind of tape do you use for your masking, by the way?
Tamiya.
Nice.
Tamiya. It's like the go-to tape. I absolutely love it. Trust it.
Here is an interesting shot. It's a compilation images of the RX-782, both from the real type, test type, and your Origins version. What are the stories behind this photo here?
Yeah, so 8th Studio made this for me. Thank you. But I wanted to show like the evolution of my build. So the real type was done like late last year, and you can see it's like an asymmetric design. It's 3-tone part separate. Yeah, or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's 3-tone part separation. The composition, you can see the resemblance between that one and my GTO. And same thing with the shield. It's like 2 different colors, so it's like black and green. The GTO is like this like, you know, detone or muted blue with gray. The Mark II, same thing. Like I wanted to do the same level of scribing and the same level of like 3-tone part separation. So basically the GTO is just like a combination of these 2 builds, prior builds.
Wow.
Yeah, so I just wanted to show a little comparison shot between the 3.
Did you ever grow up in Transformers, by the way?
No, I really didn't really watch it, but why? What about Transformers?
The thing is, like, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. For those guys that watch Transformers, this color scheme right here reminds me of is it Bruticus, or like the main leader for the Combaticons. Because like this, like when there was something in my head that I'm like, I like this because I'm familiar with it and I've seen it before. And the more I look at it, it just clicked into my head that like, wait a minute, this is something that would remind me of the Combaticons from Transformers. And obviously it's apples and oranges, but like, thank you for doing this. Like, again, it's very unique in a way that's like not a lot of people tend to do the muted colors enough. You see a lot of like, you know, like the candy coated lately, the metallic finishes and like the high vibrancy colors. I know you mentioned that like with muted colors, there's a little bit of difficulties on this one. What drew you the most with using the toned down colors, like more like subdued colors?
Like I said before, like muted colors, you can definitely see the details more, all the little details that you put in it. And actually, the GTO, the colors, all those blues are recycled blues from my previous builds. That I just yeah, it's like leftover paint, and I changed I like detoned them more, and I changed the shade by adding, you know, obviously gray and black. So they're paints from previous builds, probably from the new.
Oh wow. Let's look at the ass shots here, guys. Back view, drop that lower leg, sexy poses. Love these, man.
Yeah, the back shots are like my favorite. They look
and
so
this
cool.
is where, yeah, they look so cool, and this is where you get to see the shields as well, right? And
Yeah,
the thing is,
yeah.
like, a lot of people tend to like forget, like when they're doing poses, a lot of them like, oh man, you're gonna see every single shot. You gotta make it look pretty. Awesome stuff here.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see like the interior of the shield, like it definitely plays a part in the photos. It's like a lot of detail going on. Yeah.
And with the vibrancy of the orange, just like totally separates that and like makes you think, okay, well, this is a separate thing. This is you know, its own kind of shield, but like it's also harmonic when it comes to like the rest of the color tones on it.
Yeah.
Wow. Awesome
And the thing
stuff.
with the GTO is because the colors are so muted, I had to use an accent color because otherwise it's just like a kind of a boring build. So if you like zoom in on like the joints, there's
yeah, let's
like
go look
orange. There's orange yellow. So
Yes.
but basically using orange yellow accents on the joints and the cannon and the shield, it helps. My goal was to like guide the eyes to different segments of the build. Yeah, so basically to guide the eyes to different segments of the build, and like all the details that were put into this build.
Awesome stuff. We got a couple more photos that we could zoom in on this one, but out of the 3 though, real question, which one's your favorite?
I think, I mean the GTO is, I really like the GTO, but the real type has like a special place in my heart.
Oh yeah? Why?
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. It's just like the real type colors just came out so well, and yeah, I don't know. I just like it just looks really cool, and like this was my first time doing like a shield like that.
That's the 3.0, right?
That's the 3.0. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome stuff. Well, all of them look great to me. My favorite is definitely going to be the orange on that one, but that's biasness on my end. Let's continue on. More shots of this. So were you watching the contest like closely? Were you looking at other people's builds, entries, whips, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I was. So like every once in a while I would check out the hashtag clean versus weathered, all the posts that people put, and obviously not everybody has Instagram, so you can only see certain things, but there were some like absolutely crazy entries, and I was like, oh man, I'm like up against GBWC contestants, and I was like, all right, like that's fine. But yeah, there was like really crazy builds, and there were even more when Zaku Aurelius did the announcement. He did like a slideshow of everyone's work, and yeah, I'm very impressed with the level of building that people are doing these days.
It is crazy, and that's also online, so your reach is even more so. Anybody that has pretty much connection to internet can take photos and have these materials to build. So when you were working on your piece, like what are some of the stuff that kept you motivated and dedicated to completing this for the entry?
I really tried not to think so much about the contest, but just to really focus on the things I know, like the execution of the concept, and the cleanliness of it, because like I said, the contest was based on like the finish, right? So, this kit, like some painful memories building this project because
painful memories. Okay, what do we got on that?
So like I had like this weird dust problem during this project, so a lot of these parts I had to like redo 2 to 3 times. Like the shield, for example, I had to redo that shield 4 times. I had to strip the paint 3 times, repaint it, re-decal, reapply the top coat 4 times. Yeah,
because of dust.
Because of dust, or like the top coat like didn't lay down perfectly, or like the decal silvered a little bit, or like just like little things that weren't up to par with how I wanted this build to be. So I had to redo a lot of the parts.
Do you find yourself very meticulous when it comes to like the level of comfort you have for the cleanliness of the final product?
Yeah, it kind of drives me crazy sometimes. like my standard for clean building is like pretty high nowadays, that I know what I'm capable of, and if I don't beat that, I get a little frustrated. And sometimes I have to like step away from building for the rest of the day because it's just not happening that day. So then I come back to it, the next day, and it's fine.
All refreshed. Let's talk about the base. I love the simplicity of the base. Very simple graphics on this one. So this is like an acrylic sheet holder?
Yeah, it's just an acrylic frame for photos. I think that one was 5x7. Nice. And it was from a photo I had laying around in my apartment. So I took out the photo that was in it. And I asked 8 Studio to make me that graphic. So I inserted it and tied it all together. Yeah.
Awesome stuff here. Big shout out to 8 Studio. I want to talk to 8 Studio after this because I got some.
Yeah, you should definitely ask.
I got some questions for him. 8 Studio, you're on deck, man. Let's talk shop. The thing is funny. If he hasn't watched it yet, but my previous backlog builder shows during Wednesday, and I kind of stopped it just because it's just a bit too much. Season 2, I think I showed clips of his build of the week as part of my build of the week. Like I showcase a lot of like builders' work, so I clip them on Instagram and show them on the show. And I know I've done 8 Studio a few times on it too. So yeah. Anyway, shout out to him as well. Yeah. Let's continue on with the build. So as they were announcing the finals and all that stuff, like how are you feeling at that time? Like you've submitted, you're just waiting for the results. Like what are some of the stuff that was either you're doing or to occupy time or like thinking about the contest?
I actually didn't even know what day they were announcing it. I've won a few competitions, and all of them I wasn't present during the announcement. Really? A lot of the builders will like message me on Instagram and saying congrats, and I'm like, what happened? So that's how I find out, is because people like prematurely congratulate me, and then I watched the video after. But I saw it, and when I saw second place, I was like, no way.
Yeah, so we were watching that the minute, because like Skyers here linked the video for that one. It was the announcement video. It was early morning for us here. I was at work and I was just kind of like having it play in the background. So Ryan Lau, obviously, shout out to him. Amazing build. And
Absolutely amazing,
we would be very disappointed if he didn't place, because like there was a lot of stuff here. But I kind of joke with Ryan a little, and I know I joke at this. Yeah, you only brought the head though, you know, like where's the rest of the body?
It was a beautiful.
It was a beautiful piece.
Ryan's
Yeah.
build was so beautiful. Like the concept and the kit bashing, like it blew my mind.
Yeah.
So mad props to Ryan. That was such a sick build.
And even today, like again, Ryan's build, I love his work in progress photos. So if you guys are not following him, Gunplay Enthusiast on Instagram, Ryan's been posting all his whips. But for you, like how often do you post your whips? Because like I rarely see some of your whips, man.
Not really. I only post like, so I have like a certain aesthetic to my Instagram. So it's like everything is like in rows of threes or whatever. So I only post like certain whips of certain parts that I thought would, you know, I paid a lot of attention to. So usually it's like 3 whips and then like 3 photos of the completed builds.
I love the consistency on that one. And again, guys, if you're not following him, check him out on his Instagram. So when it was announced, obviously you're getting all these congratulations stuff and all. Did you end up watching yet the video for it when they announced you're the winner? And what are your thoughts on some of the comments that were brought to you by Zach?
Okay, so like he showed like all the runner-ups, and like mine wasn't in there, so I was like, damn, I guess it wasn't that good, you know. And then, yeah, Zachary Relace's comments were really kind. You know, I really appreciate the kind words. Nothing but, you know, compliments. And it feels really good to be acknowledged for a lot of the hard work you put into these things. You know, I spent like almost 2 months on this build. So yeah, it's my longest build ever, 2 months. My average builds are like about a month long, but this one took 2 months. But yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
Awesome stuff. Say we have a time machine and you could change anything from this piece. Is there any piece of this project that you would alter or make better or change, add, subtract?
Nothing. I poured my heart and soul into this build.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I had to redo a lot of parts, so I had a clear goal, and it was just a matter of just executing it properly.
Oh, amazing stuff. Let's go with that word of advice, guys. So if you guys are thinking of entering or like working on projects, keep to your vision, dedication, just stay motivated. Number one, also don't burn out, because like you took some step back because like you were frustrated with some pieces there. What are some of the stuff that you do when you are burnt out? Like what to not be burnt out?
Work out. I work out.
Climb some rocks, you know, jump some hills.
Yeah, that's the whole point of having like multiple hobbies, that like they all balance each other out. So you can't just be like skill modeling 24/7. You'll get burnt out. You know,
absolutely.
You gotta balance your life with other things like social, like being social with your friends.
Have friends. Go outside and enjoy some of the sunshine, or climb a mountain or something. I'm just trying to pull up some of the questions that we're gonna have from Instagram, but like, yeah, that is it for this awesome work on this. Again, congratulations on your wins.
Thank you.
Also, Chris Pabs is here. He's saying that like, thank you for entering this, man. Congrats on the win again. So Chris Pabs is just joining us. Unfortunately, we did kind of have a little bit of an overlap with our show, so they were doing your review over at Critical Builds. Guys, check out Chris Pabs' channels as well for the recap on that one. But yeah, we have Francis' work here on display now. We're just talking about it. Here from Ryan Lau, he's giving you some hearts and thank you, as well as the tongue sticking out because I made a comment for him. Love you, Ryan. Love you, Ryan. Let's see here, Ryan. I'm just so happy to be able to. I'm just happy to be able to gunpla friends with monsters like you guys in the hobby. Well, he's obviously talking about you. I'm just some guy that presses buttons here. Ryan Lau, I'm taking notes. You guys killed it. That's from Michael Rinaldi. There was also in the comments here from Michael. He's saying, it makes me smile to know he really challenges himself for his own plateaus. That is definitely a key thing to take away from this, Franz. And yeah, and for all of you guys that are watching, clear goal, keep motivated, don't burn out, and find inspiration. That's it for the photo segment. We'll bring it back here. Let's talk with Franz a little bit. So Franz, we definitely crossed the 2-hour mark with this one, but like, how are you feeling now, man?
I feel fantastic, actually. I was like, oh man, 2 hours is a long time, but oh man, I feel like I could talk forever.
I know,
Obviously.
right, dude?
I don't want to.
Yeah, we'll definitely probably have like a future show with all your other works that we haven't got a chance with, and maybe more specialized on that. That's something I'm kind of developing on the side. But I do have some questions from Instagram that we're gonna take this time to do. So from Mike Silbor, he was also one of the featured spotlight a couple of weeks ago. He's asking, how do you achieve such clean builds, and what's your paint process for getting smooth finishes? Ooh, okay.
Like I said, like surface prep. Really focus on like sanding things down, and obviously when you prime things, you'll see everything right away. Mm-hmm. And you know, when you lay paint down, you know, just follow it's all fundamentals. You know what I mean? It's like following the fundamentals, and if you make a mistake, I would recommend just going back and fix it. Like, I think that's what separates good builds from great builds, is taking the time and the patience to fix something. I think that's what makes a good modeler, is like being able to fix mistakes. Yeah.
Handle your stuff, guys. Handle your things. Put it in the bag and handle it. Follow-up question similar from Mike here. And do you have any sort of secret masking techniques the public doesn't know about?
No, I don't. I mean, everything is just Tamiya masking tape. The more you mask, the more you'll understand, like, okay, paint is definitely gonna bleed here. Yeah. And it's just trial and error. So like, you'll understand how to mask things properly. And if you have any questions, like, feel free to personal message me. Like, I've had a person ask me, like, okay, I want to make this rifle. I want to mask this rifle. How should I go about doing it? And I basically gave him like step-by-step instructions of how I would go about it, and he did it, and it looks absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah. I love the whole mentorship you've taken as well with the people that have been DMing you, because there's a lot of people that are obviously striving to be better, and they're looking up to people like you who have done the experiment and have done the experiences for it, which is amazing. Quick next question here. This is from Corvus Thorax. Okay, interesting name. What is the largest gap you've ollied over?
In skateboarding, I've done like a 10 stair, but in snowboarding, we don't really have gaps. It's just like jumps, but I think I've hit like a 50-footer jump.
Oh, wow.
So I basically like traveled 50 feet vertically, plus, you know, or horizontally plus vertically.
Jeez, man, that's some awesome stuff here.
Basically, it's the closest you can come to flying.
Superman. Yeah. We should change your name to Superman Militia. There we go. Final question here. This is from Plamo Therapist, Taz, all the way from Hawaii. As such an amazing builder, what does Gunpla mean to you?
Just like my other hobbies, you know, with snowboarding and all that, is that Gunpla is a form of self-expression. You know, it's like, even though like snowboarding is an extreme sport, people argue it's a form of art, and you have your own particular style, and you can do whatever you want. Like, no one's telling you what to do. Obviously there's like fundamental rules, but you can do anything you want. Everyone has so many different styles, and I think that like when you're able to look at a build and not see the name of it, and you'll automatically know, like, oh, that's that guy's build. You know, and I think that's such a cool concept to think about. Yeah. Nice. So anyways, form of expression.
Awesome stuff. So those are some of the online questions. If you guys have any more further questions for him, hit him up in the chat. Question for you: what's next? What's on deck next for you? Any future plans, future projects, current projects?
I'm currently working on the MG00 Quanta. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah. That one's just like a fun build. I've just been competing too much, but yeah, that one's fun builds. And then I have some paints that Studio Gundam had sent over.
Ooh, nice.
Which is his new line. Yeah, his new line of G Paint V2. So thank you, Justin, for sending those over. I've yet to test them. But other than that, like I said, it's calm before the storm, because there are two competitions coming up. It's Otaku ME and SCGMC. So I'm very excited, because I've been in this hobby for
seriously for about 2 years, and most of it was in COVID. So, you know, these upcoming competitions, I'm like so excited to meet everybody finally, you know.
So they were talking about a community. Obviously, everybody is able to see more people and get connected with it. What is it like when you're reaching out and talking with other builders that have reached out to you?
It's good. Everyone is just like passionate about it. Everyone is just like looking to improve, and generally it's been very positive. And there's so many people from like around the world. Like that's what I love about this hobby is like my phone will be like blown up at like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, okay, it's probably someone from like Indonesia or something, or you know what I mean? But yeah, there's like people from all over the world that are just like so stoked to like do scale modeling. And
Awesome. Well, for those guys here, and maybe for those guys that are watching, what are some of the advice you can give to people starting out with the hobby or getting more into it, like getting more serious into it?
Don't be afraid to reach out to builders. So just message people, like, and if they're cool people and they're nice, they'll reply to you. And progress, my girlfriend told me that this morning, but she said progress is not inevitable, which basically means like progress doesn't happen. Like you have to put in work.
Yes.
You have to make the necessary sacrifices, and yeah. And then the last thing I would say is enjoy the process, because if you're not having fun, then like what's the point?
That's it. That's the only F word that should be associated with this hobby, right? Have fun, guys.
Yeah, have
awesome. Quick question for you, like with the future of competitions and all that stuff, do you see people doing more online, or do you see it eventually getting back into normalcy where it's like in-person kind of builds?
It's definitely going to go back into in-person competitions, which is the way it should be. Like you should be judging a build, a piece with your own 2 eyes, not behind a camera lens, you know what I mean, not behind a photo. So it's good that it's going back to that, and it's also a sign of the times that we're finally like going past COVID, and yeah.
Awesome stuff. So for those guys who want to follow your work and follow all your postings, like where would they find you the most?
Instagram. So right now I'm only on Instagram. I do have some hopes of creating a website eventually. Kind of just a gallery, but yeah, for now, just Instagram, guys. Thank you.
Instagram. And what's your Instagram again?
Squirtle Militia.
Squirtle Militia, guys. And it's not Squirtle Mania, because I totally made that big mistake the other day. So sorry about that. Franz, awesome chat with you tonight. Again, so much information. I wanted to ask a little bit more, but obviously we're pressed for time. I do want to invite you again back for future shows, because I think it was a really good episode with you. And yeah, any final words for your peeps here?
Just keep building. Yeah. Just keep building.
That's it. Keep building. All right, Franz, stick around for a bit. We're going to chat after the show if you don't mind, just to do some stuff. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Franz Anunciacion, aka Squirtle Militia. Give him a follow on his Instagram. Congratulations on the win. Congratulations again on the sponsorships, man. Congratulations on future wins already, because I already know you got this in the bag, man. I can't wait to see what you're doing next, because I think it's gonna be fun. So yeah, dude, thank you again so much for this opportunity to chat with you, and hopefully everybody there enjoyed and learned something.
Pleasure.
The motivation of this guy here is unprecedented, guy. I don't know where you draw it, but it's amazing, and you just keep at it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, say bye to everybody.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Guys. On mute. All right, that is it for Franz. What an amazing story. I love that he has hobbies outside from our regular hobbies, which is, go outside, guys, get some air, get some of that stuff. Final thoughts on this one, guys. Thank you so much for that. But we also need to acknowledge the people that are powering our show. So big shout out to MSN Gunpla Studio. If you guys are in Canada, they do ship across Canada. www.msnstudio.com. Check them out if you're looking for Gundam materials, books, and tools, and a whole bunch of stuff. Very, very awesome store here in Canada. So yeah. As well, guys, for our US friends, international friends, Check out USA Gundam Store if you're looking for model kits, Gunpla, Mecha, books by Michael Rinaldi. Shout out to you there. He's on the chat. Weathering books by Michael Rinaldi is also available through Gundam Store. There's also the Machina book that just recently released by Don Serratos. And pre-orders are up for the Ver-Ed Volume 1 book. Ver-Ed is one of my favorite builders of all time. Don't say that to Franz. I'll let Franz know that because he's rising the charts. But anyways, check out the books as well, materials and paints and everything else in between. usagundamstore.com and save with my discount code AOMecha10. All right, so that is it for me tonight. Thank you so much. There's a new backlog builder on Monday, so I'll announce that on the socials in the next couple of while. Big shout out to Franz who joined us tonight for doing this feature, spotlight feature. There's gonna be no spotlight, I don't think, next week, but the following week we will start on that. So just a heads up on that. More announcements and all that stuff. Happy Victoria Day weekend to my fellow Canadians. Enjoy it up. Hope you have a good weekend, and wherever you are in the world, have a good day, have a good night. Have a good afternoon for my European friends, I guess. I don't know what time it is there, but anyways, I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much, and take care. Okay, see ya.